Yes.
Go again.
Millennium Cricket League semifinal game.
All right, that should do it.
Okay, as we
You still getting it? Watch it right now. Yeah. What about sound? Okay, great. All right, we're gonna do this. Thanks for your help.
Okay, as we're back here live again. So Rishi, as
I think
first
we're-
batsman to go for the Global Cricket Club, he was caught at backward point there by Cameron Meza of the bowler Mark Kipling. So the new batsman is Suresh Daniram, the number 3 batsman. He's the captain for the Global Cricket Club, one of the most prolific batsmen in this league so far. Here is Mark Kipling now, rushes past the umpire and bows to Danny Ram, and Danny Ram is driving this through cover, and this will go down to the boundary here, and this will go all the way. It seems to be 4 runs. Danny Ram, first ball, driven through extra cover for 4. And that's the end of the first over, and Global Cricket Club, it's...
And Danny Ram, unbelievable season so far.
Yes.
So far in just the 20s competition in 2013, 22 fours, 14 sixes, 210 runs just by himself.
Yes, as I said before, he's one of the most prolific batsmen in this league, known to everyone. So the score is now
You can hold this and do it.
okay.
It's very easy.
So the score moves on to 6 in the of the first over.
Touch for the bowler.
Okay.
Who's the bowler?
And the bowler now from the bottom end will be Kishan. Kishan. The new bowler will be Kishan.
It's that could be due to his slow. Yeah, yeah. It could he could not have fast enough connection or anything like that.
So the second over is in progress here to be bowled by young Kishan. And Global are 6 for 1. Rishi was caught at backward point of the ball in the Mark Kipling for 1. Suresh Daniram is knotted on 4. And Sean is on 1. So we wait for young Kishan. We'll be opening the bowling from the bottom end of the Western Road ground.
We're sending out a good clean stream. No ball.
Yeah, I told him I said it's your connection, not that.
Okay.
I'm not complaining. I'm just
Oh no.
there was something you could do.
6.
Come on, sweetie.
Young Kishan in bowls to Sean, and he's coming forward and pushing his ball up back the track, and there is no runs as the wicket seems to be very slow today.
You should mention that Krishan's only 17 years old.
Yes, as we just picked up here, young Kishan is a very young kid, 17 years old, playing at probably his first semi-final games of his career. Young, talented team, as no rising stars, very producing some young, very talented cricketers here. As we wait for young Kishan here now, we'll be picking up the bowling from the bottom end. Slight adjustment to the field as he waits on the captain. Here is young Kishan, 17-year-old Kishan, rushes past the umpire in bowls to Sean, and Sean is coming forward, getting a good ball, pushing it up the cover, and there is no runs. So, Rising Star off to a good start here against the Global Cricket team, getting the first wicket in the first over of Rishi, who was caught at backward point of the bowling of Mark Kipling for 1. So the second over in progress here to be bowled by young Kishan. Here he is, as a damp outfield, dries the ball, bit on his trousers, as he rushes past the umpire now. Bowls to Sean, and Sean is beaten outside the off stump, looking for drive, and the ball was not there for the drives, and it's taken by the wicket keeper. So we can see young Kishan here seems to getting a bit warmed up. Kishan is getting warm to be bowled to Sean, one of the senior member of the Global Cricket team. Here is young Kishan here, rushes past the umpire in now bowls to Sean, and Sean is driving in the air. This is go down to mid on here. They're looking for a single, and they'll only get a single. As Cameron Mirza comes off the boundary to field, and there's only 1 runs. As we said before here today, it's a very damp outfield. Yes, as we said, it's a very damp outfield here. The ball has to be dried as it played up. So we wait young Kishan, dry the balls on his trousers as he waits for Danny Ram to get ready. Here is Danny Ram. Waits for young Kishan now as he rushes past the umpire in bowls to shoulders. Danny Ram and driving this over the top, and this will go all the way. This is 6 runs. First 6 of the game. Kishan pitching up outside the off stump, and Danny Ram just coming forward and hitting it way over extra cover for 6. So the first 6 of the match today. And as we know, Danny Ram is a very prolific batsman in this league and a very prolific batsman all over the United States. Scored some 1,400 runs in the New York area this season, and he also has like over 400 runs in the Millennium League also. Very prolific batsman. Here is young Kishan. Rushes in now, bowls to Danny Ram, and Danny Ram is coming forward and pushing this up on the onside, and he takes a single. As we're back here live now, as the second over in progress will be bowled by Mark Kipling. Mark Kipling, a youngster, here he is, rushes past the umpire, and he'll be bowling to Danny Ram. And Danny Ram gets in a short one, and cutting this over backward point, and it will go all the way for 4.
Nice, Mark.
Short outside the off stump by Mark Kipling, and Danny Ram just leaning back and square cutting this one bump into the boundary for 4 runs. So Global moves on here again. It's 18. The score moves on to 18 in the third over in progress. 2.1 overs in progress, and the score is 18 for 1. The batsman to go was Rishi, was caught at backward point of Mark Kipling for 1. As it seems the ball is being retrieved here from the boundary. It seems to be in the bushes, so we have to wait for a few minutes as we waited for Danny Ram. Danny Ram, as we said, is one of the most prolific batsmen around the New York and New Jersey area, scoring over 1,000 runs in the New York area this year, including a double century. Also has a century in this league in the 20 overs game. One of the main batsmen here for the global cricket team. As we wait for play to be restarted, as the ball went somewhere in the bushes, so we'll wait till the ball to be retrieved. So here we go again. Today is the first semi-final games to be played between the global cricket team and the Rising Stars Cricket Club. So as we wait for the ball to retrieve, we'll just take a short break. So here we're back live again as the ball is being retrieved from the boundary. As we wait for Mark Kipling. He rushes past the umpire now and bowls to so there's Danny Ram, and Danny Ram is flicking this blue backward square here. We'll go for 4 more. So Danny Ram again, ball on the pads and whips in the top of his legs all the way to the backward square boundary for 4 more runs. As we see, Danny Ram seems to be in a very brutal mood this morning. So far, the 2 consecutive ball, 2 consecutive 4. 1 on the pads was whipped off for 4, and 1 outside the off stump was cut away through backward point for 4. As the very damp outfield here, the ball has to be dried. Right. As we watch some live replay here for that replayed shot there by Danny Ram. Here he is, Danny Ram, dealing with boundaries only so far. Here he is now. Third ball of the over to be bowled by Mark Kipling again.
Very comfortable with this, sir. You sound great.
Here is Mark Kipling now. Rushes past the umpire now. In bowls to Danny Ram. Short again, and Danny Ram is tucked in it on the onside, and there is no runs. So Mark Kipling seems to get in his line a bit little off, and Danny Ram is punching on all the loose deliveries so far in this game. So this one was very oppositely short, and Danny Ram just coming back on his back foot and tucking it into the onside, and there is no runs. So we wait here now on the third over in progress as the Global won the toss and elected to bat on a very damp outfield. Here is Mark Kipling, rushes past the umpire, full toss, and he's driven this to square cover. And the man on the boundary comes off the field, and there is 1 runs. So 1 runs to Danny Ram. He moves up here very quickly, and the Global moves on to 23 for 1 in 2.4 overs. So we'll give you a chance to give out the reading of the Rising Star team. The Rising Star team is led by Kewal Prasad, Sarvin Patel, Cameron Meza, Lalta Prasad, Ryan Prasad, and this is a ball pitched up by Mark Kipling. Is driving back over mid on for 4 by Sean. Beautiful shot, 4 runs. Sean getting into the act here from where Danny Ram is left off. Ball pitching up on the pads and on driving it for 4. As we continue with the Rising Star team, Ryan Prasad, Angelo Gonzalez, Faj Taz, Carbon Cameron, Ralston Tajkar, Mark Kipling, and Krishant. And here's the number 11. As we watch the third over in progress here, so far it's 9 runs off the over of Mark Kipling. Here he is now. Rushes past the umpire. The ball to Sean, and Sean getting a short ball, and this seems to be carrying all the way. No, it's 4 runs. It's 1 bounce before the boundary, and Sean is getting into the act. A short ball from Mark Kipling. Sean is punching on this delivery, and it went over to backward square for 4. So Global is on the strive here. The third over there, 31 for 1. 31 for 1 in the third over of the day's play here. Sean getting a short ball from Mark Kipling, punching back and swinging this over backward square for 4. Good looking shot there from Sean. So Mark Kipling, after the second over, he's bowled 2 overs, no maiden, 23 runs, 1 wicket. He only wicket taker for a Rising Star.
I really don't know that.
So the third over is completed, and the Global Cricket team moves on to 32 for 1 in the third over. As we wait for the fourth over to comprise here is young Kishan, a 17-year-old youngster from the New Jersey area. Probably learned to play his cricket in New Jersey. Here he is, young Kishan, rushes past the umpire, bowls to Danny Ram, and Danny Ram is getting a good one and tucking it behind square, and he picks up a single. So the Rising Star here, very youthful young team in progress. Very young, talented cricketers as they move along. Here is, we wait for the ball to be dried because of a very damp outfield. The captain, Kewal Prasad, makes some adjustments to the field. Here is Sean, taps his bat. The weight is on young Kishan. Rushes past the umpire, in bowls to Sean, and Sean is driving this over the top. There's a man coming in there on the boundary. He took it on the first bounce, and that was Mark Kipling taking it on the first bounce and allowed the batsman to cross through for a single. So I think Mark Kipling didn't attacking the ball that too much and waiting for the bounce and just allowing the batsman to go through for a single. So Global moves on to 33. 33 in the fourth over in progress, 3.2 overs. Young Kashant here have to do some work with the ball because of a damp outfield. Here he is now, rushes past the umpire, bowls to Danny Ram, getting a beauty, coming forward and just pushing it up the track. Fields by the bowler, and there is no runs. So Rising Star have their work cut out here today with Danny Ram coming in at number 3 today, normally opening the batting in the 2020 game, but opted to bat number 3 today as young Kashan. Some work to be done with the ball, as we said, a very damp outfield this morning. As he dries the balls on his trousers, marks his crease again as he waits. As he comes past the umpire, in now bows to Danny Ram, and Danny Ram's getting 1 over, extra cover, and this will go for 6. It seems as though we wait for the umpire decision. It's 4 runs. What a shot, Danny Ram. He's pitching the ball up on Danny Ram, and he's coming forward and driven it with upper sleeve towards cover, square cover, and this will go for 4. That's one of the Danny Ram special. Ball outside the off stump, pitching up, and he opens the face on the front foot. So Danny Ram, here we go. It's looking very dangerous today. I can remember playing in the team last year. He scored a double century right here in a 2020 game. So I hope that things doesn't prevail against for the young Rising Star team, which is a very young, talented team. So here we wait. Kashan now rushes past the umpire in both to Danny Ram, getting 1 and down the leg stump, and I think it will be a wide signal by the umpire. Krishant now seems to be reluctant in his bowling now. Probably the conditions or the ball is not too slippery for him to grip as a youngster. As I said, is a very young, talented 17-year-old, but the conditions could be worse for anyone. As we wait for him now. Does some work on the ball. Here he is now. Rushes past the umpire in both to Danny Ram. Danny Ram getting a good one outside the off stump, letting the ball go. And there is no runs. Taken cleanly by the wicketkeeper. As we see, the Global team here just relaxing a few. There will be a big batting lineup. The next batsman to go is Damian Shankster, Prashad Mahadio, then it's Derek McDonald and Carlton corner. Here's a full toss from Krishant, swinging it down to square leg. I think this will probably go all the way for 6. This is a 6. It's a no ball, a waist height no ball. Not a front foot no ball, but it was too high over the batsman's waist. And the umpire signaled a no ball. And Danny Ram helping this down to long leg for a 6. So Danny Ram is going brute full force here this morning, as every loose ball has been placed all the way to the boundary. So Danny Ram, the score moves up to 45, and Danny Ram moves up to 31 of 13 deliveries. So Danny Ram is going in a full flight here this morning, as we wait for the ball to be retrieved from the fine leg boundary. So young Kashant, as I think, the lack of little experience. The ball is very hard to grip in these conditions, and I know it's very difficult for him as a youngster. So we will wait to see what he can rebound with. Here he is now. Comes past the umpire in both to Danny Ram, and Danny Ram is getting a good one. Comes in the wicket and tucking it to mid-on, where he crosses for an easy single. So the condition is as we said before, is very hard for the bowlers. You really have to grip the ball because of the very damp outfield here this morning at the Western Road ground. Probably some overnight rain and dew on the ground conditions and the moisture in the air this morning. So the outfield is very damp. So very hard for the bowlers to grip the ball, and the conditions here are very insufficient here for the fielding team. But so far the global cricket team has won the toss, and they are going in full flight. They're at 46 for 1 off over number 4. And there is a change in bowler now. Will we see a new bowler, Ryan Prasad here, a former, I think a present US under 19 right arm leg spinner. Plays for the US in the under 19 level. He'll be coming in to bowl, and he'll be bowling to Danny Ram. So here we go. The conditions probably would not suit him, but it's very difficult for him for the challenge. Bowling a right arm spin, gripping the ball in this kind of conditions will be a tough challenge here for the youngsters, but we'll see how he prevails. As he makes a few stretches. He makes a few stretches here as the captain makes some adjustments to the field. He has a mid-on, a mid-off, a backward square. There's a man sweeping on the cover boundary. As young Ryan Prasad, as we said, from present US under 19 player, will be picking up the ball in attack from the top end. Here he is, Ryan Prasad, just getting a few warm-up deliveries here. We'll wait to see how we can manage these conditions here. Very tough conditions for bowling. Bowling right arms, leg spin to Sudesh Danny Ram. Here he is now. Makes a few chips. Here he up in both to Danny Ram, and this is a leg spin. And Danny Ram coming, covering up and just pushing it back to point, and there is no runs. So Danny Ram very watchful of the young right arm leg spinner, as the conditions seem not to be improving. The ball is still getting damp, very difficult to grip. As we can see, very cloudy conditions, no sunshine yet at the park. Here is Ryan Prasad, passes the umpire and bows to Danny Ram, and Danny Ram's whipping this off the pads, and this probably will go down to the mid-wicket boundary. It won't carry to the boundary, but they will cross this for 2. As the fieldsman Angelo runs in from mid-on, picks up and fire the return to the wicketkeeper end. So Danny Ram moves on to 2, and the global score moves on to 2 more. So the score moves on to 48 in 4.2 for 1. 48 for 1 in 4.2 overs. As the rising star made a bowling change, Ryan Prasad replaces Mark Kipling. So here we go. The umpire looks at the ball, and it seems the condition is not improving at all. Here he is, Ryan Prasad. He rushes past the umpire in both to Danny Ram, and Danny Ram is getting a short ball coming back in the back foot, and he's pulling this again to mid-wicket. Because of the very damp outfield, the ball will not carry to the boundary, and the batsman crosses for 2 more. So Ryan Prasad is guilty of bowling short to Danny Ram. He's just waiting back in the back foot and pulling to mid-wicket, and there is 2 more. So Danny Ram is going at a full blast here, and the score moves up to 50 in 4.3 overs. So global after a flying start. Here is Ryan Prasad bowling a short one. Danny Ram comes back on his back foot and pushing it up back to the bowlers, and there's no runs. So we check it on Danny Ram here. Danny Ram is 18 balls, 36 runs. Sean is on 7. 7 balls, 11 runs. So Danny Ram, 18 deliveries, 36. Here he balls short to Danny Ram again, and he's cutting this away. And this one probably goes into the boundary for 4 more. Short outside the off stump, and Danny Ram cutting this way through backward point, and the ball goes down to the boundary for 4 more. So as I said, a very difficult condition here for the bowlers. So a very daunting task for the bowlers to grip this ball in this kind of conditions. So Danny Ram here, punction and everything loose here, as he goes on to 35 and 19 deliveries. He's going 19 deliveries, and he moves on to 35. So very tough conditions here for the fielding team, which is the young rising stars. Here he is now, Ryan Prasad grips the ball in now. Past the umpire, goes to Danny Ram. Short again, and Danny Ram is cutting this time. Will find the fielder, but he beats him, and they will take a single. And he retrieves the ball, picks it up, and he picks up a single. So Danny Ram moving along very quite handsomely as the score moves on to 55 for 1 in 4.5 overs. And that's the end of the 5th over. At the end of the 5th over, the Global Cricket team won the toss, elected to bat here on a very damp outfield. They are 55 for 1. The batsman to go was Rishi, was caught at backward point of the bowler of Mark Kipling for 1. And the score moves on to 55 for 5. And there will be a new bowler. There will be Taj. Faisal Taj will pick up the ball in attack here from the western end of the ground. He bowls also a right arm leg spin too. Very flat, quick. Probably the conditions will suit him because he doesn't really grip the ball that too much. As the captain makes some adjustments to his field. At the end of the 5th over, the Global Cricket team are 55 for 1. 55. Here we go. Taj now makes some slight adjustments to the field. He will be bowling to Danny Ram. So some adjustment to the field. He wants a few fielders to be moved around a bit. As we wait now, Danny Ram taps on his bat. Here he is, Danny Ram. Taj, forwards ball. He's going to be bowling to Danny Ram of the game. Right arm leg spinner, jibs jabs. Here he is, bowls to Danny Ram, and Danny Ram is getting a good one on the stumps, covers up, and push it back up to the bowler, and there's no runs. So the rising star will looking to try and put a check on the scoring because the global team are going very freely. Here is Tajin, bowls to Danny Ram, short ball, and he will pull in this through backward square. I think it will go all the way to the boundary for 4 more. Short on the wicket, Danny Ram leaning back on a short delivery and pulls it away to backward square for 4 more. So as I said, Danny Ram is in a very brutal mood this morning. The score moves on to 59. Danny Ram is dealing with boundaries, more boundaries, as the conditions not improving here this morning on a very damp outfield. So Danny Ram, we'll check on his figures here. He is going at 22 deliveries, 45 runs. So it looked like he's going to race a half century in a hurry. So the ball is being retrieved from the boundary. So Taj will have to do some work on the ball because of the damp conditions here this morning at the Western Road ground. So as we speak, we get some slight little loom of the sunshine trying to peek out behind the clouds as Taj work on the ball here this morning. Here he is now. Taj rushes past the umpire, right arm leg spin, bowls to Danny Ram, and Danny Ram is leaving this one outside the off stump, through to the wicketkeeper, and there is no runs. So Taj going for his first boundary in the second delivery, seems to pull him back the line a bit. Here is Danny Ram. He's on 45, going great guns. Here is Taj, rush, bowls to Danny Ram, and Danny Ram is driving this handsomely to cover. Look for a couple of runs here as the outfield is damp, and Danny Ram crosses for 2. So Danny Ram moves up quite quickly to 47 in 19 deliveries. So Danny Ram is going great guns. So sorry, and there's a slight adjustment. Danny Ram is on 47 in 24 deliveries with 5 fours and 3 sixes. 5 fours and 3 sixes. Here is Danny Ram. 6 fours and 2 sixes. Here's Taj. Bowls to Danny Ram. He's swinging this and he's dropped. Swinging this to backward square, and the fielder there straight to the field at backward point. We'll try to locate the fielder so far. And it's Ryan, they present on the 19 player. What a blunder he had made this morning here. Hope it doesn't hurt the Rising Star team that much. Ryan Prasad, a short ball from Taj, pulling it straight to the fielder, and Ryan Prasad letting it down. So they let Danny Ram off the mark on 47, 48. So here is in. Balls to Sean, and Sean is getting a full toss, pushing back over the bowler head. As Cameron Meza comes off the boundary, taking it on the bounce, and there is 1 run. So the Rising Star will be very disappointed in that over there at the end of the over. They had a chance here to pick up the prolific batsman Danny Ram, and the catch was put down there by young Ryan Prasad. So they have to recuperate here and keep working here again. So at the end of number 6, the end of the 6th over, the global cricket team moves on to 63 for 1. So Ryan Prasad will continue the bowling. Ryan Prasad will continue the bowling from the top end. I'm sure he'll want to make amends of what he just did. Putting down a simple catch at backward square of the bowling of Taj, and one of the batsmen was Danny Ram. So we'll see what he can amends for himself. So there is Sean will take up the strike now. Danny Ram is off strike. So Sean, a very prolific batsman himself in his own category, scored quite a few runs for the global team over the period of years. So he will wait for young Ryan Prasad. Here he is now. The captain, K.W. Prasad, his uncle, make a few adjustments to the field. He looks like he wants mid-on wide. He wants the backward square to come around more. So trying to give Ryan Prasad the best possible feel he can get for his bowling. He bowls right arm leg spin. Here he is. Present US under-19 cricketer. Here he is now. Passes the umpire's ball to Sean. This is a short ball and beating Sean down the off stump. Sean looking to pull the delivery from outside the off stump, make no contact, and the ball did not take cleanly by the wicket keeper. So we can see Ryan now seems to be gripping the ball a bit this morning. Here he is now. Passes the umpire ball short again to Sean, and Sean is getting one, pulling it up to mid-on. The fielder Angelo comes off the boundary, and there is a single. So it seems as though Ryan is getting a very difficulty in gripping the ball this morning because of the wet conditions. So he tries the ball in his trousers. Here he is now. He'll be bowling to Danny Ram. Danny Ram, who was on 48. Here he is now. Pass the umpire ball to Danny Ram. Short, and Danny Ram is pulling this through mid-wicket. Thinks will probably go all the way for 4 more. So Danny Ram is dealing in 50. That brings up Danny Ram half century. 50 runs. Danny Ram, 50 runs. The first 50 of the game from Danny Ram here. We'll find out the analysis of the boundary here from Danny Ram. Faces how many balls? Danny Ram, 52 balls. He faces 26 delivery, 7 fours and 2 sixes. What a great innings here from the captain. I think he's leading by example here this morning. So Danny Ram moves after 52 of 26 delivery. So we'll wait to see what the next 26 delivery can bring from him now. Here we see. So the ball is still somewhere in the boundary as the fielders try to retrieve the balls. Yo, Big Ed. Hey, Big Ed. They got to come and pay for this here, boy. They got to come and pay for this. They got to hear this. I check. Yo. Come hear this. To leave your resume. Ask the guys them. Yo, you came from a good school, so you should know. I don't know. Actually, she's nice and light. Nice and light. Hey, you got a compliment from me. Hey, nice and light. If you got a compliment for her, you must. The guy said nice and light.
Let me watch and dream cricket. They're gone live on there.
So the ball is back in play here now as we watch young Ryan Prasad. Here he is now. Rushes past the umpire. The ball to Danny Ram. Short again, and Danny Ram is pulling this in the air. It goes down to long on. I think this will go all the way for 4. And there's 4 more from Danny Ram. So Danny Ram is dealing in lots of boundary here this morning. So the fielder was wide, and Danny Ram punches his back up on the mid-on side and bounces one bounce into the boundary. So it seems as though Rising Star has a lot of problems on their hands here this morning. Danny Ram is dealing with sheer boundaries here. As we see young Ryan Prasad. Here he is now. Rushes past the umpire and he bowls to Danny Ram again. Danny Ram is cutting this away. Picks up by Cameron Mays, looking for a runner chance here. No, he makes his ground back. Short outside the off stump. Well fielded there by young Mirza, who comes around from the backward point area. Fires the return. So Danny Ram has to scramble back into his crease. And there is no runs. So the score moves on to 72. 72 in 6.5 overs. So we watch as Ryan Prasad here now. Passes the umpire. Bowls to Danny Ram and is down the leg stump, taking on the pads. Danny Ram looking to swing this. The ball did not make the height. And it goes down the leg side. The keeper makes a retrieve. So the end of over number 7. And the score is 72. So the global team, for our listeners and viewers out there on the YouTube live, we are the Western Road Ground here this morning in the first semi-final games to be played at the Western Road Ground between Rising Star, and the global cricket team. Global cricket team had won the toss and they elected to bat, and they lost Rishi in the first over, caught at backward point of the ball of Mark Kipling, and after that we see nothing else happen so far. Now we'll see Taj will continue to bowl from the western side of the ground. So we're back live here again in the Western Road Ground. We see Taj making a few adjustments to his field. He wants a deep extra cover on the boundary. He wants the mid-on stay wide, and he's bringing the man into short extra cover. So he has protecting the boundary on the offside with one. He has a mid-on and a deep backward square. So we wait for Taj.
I tried to run back between the overs and I just couldn't get the, I don't know if the nozzle is closed.
Taj, here he is now. Rushes past the umpire. Bosos Sean Sellens beaten outside the off stump, looking to drive. The ball passes the outside edge, and there is no runs. So Taj continue here to bowl from the western side of the ground. So we see some encouragement here. They will be putting a short slip third man here. Here's Taj and bowls to Sean, and Sean is coming up the track, pushing it back up to the bowler, and there is no runs. So we see the pick of the sunshine here this morning coming out of the Western Road Ground as we wait. Here is Taj. Rushes past the umpire. Bowls to Sean, and Sean is in the air this time. I think it will go for 4. What a shot. Yeah, on the pies, and Sean is lifting this over mid wicket, and it goes all the way into the boundary for 4 more. So Sean, as we said, a prolific batsman in this league of his own category. Score a few centuries as we watch him. As the replay watch, the ball is on his pads and he flicked that nicely off his pads through the mid wicket area for 4. So the score moves on to 76. So global. So the ball is retrieved back from the middle wicket boundary as we wait. So Taj, the umpire, makes some inspection with the ball to make sure the ball is in the proper conditions here because of the very soggy outfield here this morning at the Western Road Ground. He inspects the ball to make sure it's in good condition. Here as we wait, Taj. He's going to be bowling right arm over. Here is Taj. Right arm next spin. He'll be bowling to Sean. Here he is now. Passes the umpire. Right arm next spin. Bowls to Sean. Outside the off stump, and he's cutting this to backward point. And this seems to be going for another 4. What a glorious shot here by Sean. He rushes all the way down to the backward square boundary for Oh, it did not carry. It did not. No signal from the umpire, so he crosses for the second runs. So we can see Sean short ball outside the off stump, cutting it through backward point. Because of the soggy outfield, did not carry to the boundary, and the batsman crosses for 2. So very hard conditions here for the bowler because of the wet condition, the damp condition of the playing area this morning. So it's very difficult for the bowlers to grip the ball. Here is Taj as he waits. Hand to hand. Rushes past the umpire now in bowls to Sean. And Sean is getting the ball and cutting again. It will beat the backward point area, and he's looking for a second here as the man comes off the boundary. And what a beautiful throw. That will be young Savan. Savan coming off the extra cover boundary, find a return over the bails to the wicketkeeper end, preventing the batsman from crossing for 2. Here is Taj. Taj, right arm leg spinner, getting some difficulties with the ball here this morning because of the wet conditions. Here he is now, passes the umpire. He will be bowling to Danny Ram. In bowls to Danny Ram, and Danny Ram is driving this glorious shot, but the extra cover man comes off the boundary. Young Savan fired a return again to prevent the double, and is only for 1. So the end of the over, the end of over number 8, and the global team move on to 80 for 1. They are going great guns, 80 for 1 in 8 overs. The only batsman to fall is Rishi, caught it backward point of the bowling of Mark Kipling for 1, and so far the global team is going very steady. So we'll take a slight little break here in between the overs. So the score is 80 for 1 in 8 overs. 80 for 1 in 8. So there'll be a bowling change. Young Savan will be replacing Ryan Prasad. So there is a bowling change here for the Rising Star team. They'll be bowling Young Savan. He's another youngster too. I think he's about. Young Savan is a youngster too. He's 21 years old. Very young cricketer. Came out of the indoor facility here in New Jersey. Lawrence's Cricket, all the way here. Young Savan is a right-arm medium pace bowler. So the captain K-Wall, the wicketkeeper.
Do you think while I go to the bathroom, you can just keep this up? You just press for +1 for the ball, and then the score is +1?
Before I missed it. Here is Young Savan. He's warming up a bit because of the conditions. Very cool this morning here at the Western Road now. He's a very talented cricketer, very talented all-round cricketer here for the Rising Star team. He'll be bowling to the top end here. He'll be bowling to Danny Ram, and Danny Ram is on 54. Here is Savan, bowls to Danny Ram. Danny Ram is getting a good delivery, pushing it up the point where Cameron Mirza comes into field and preventing the batsman to score a single. So Danny Ram very watchful of Young Savan, a very good young bowler, and Danny Ram moves up to 58. So Danny Ram this morning is very in a prolific mood. He's 32 deliveries, 58 runs, 8 fours and 2 sixes. 8 fours and 2 sixes. Here is Savan. Savan now rushes past the umpire and bowls to Sean. Sean getting one and cracking this the point. Well fielded there by Cameron Mirza, but just a little blunder, and the ball hits him on the feet, and the batsman crosses for a single. So the score moves on to 82. So Global Cricket Club is on good going terms here in terms of cricket. They're moving on very briskly. Here is Young Savan. Rushes in now in bowling to Danny Ram. In bowls to Danny Ram. Short outside the off stump, and Danny Ram is cutting this over point, and this will be 4 more. So Danny Ram is again going full blast here, full blast at the Western Road ground, short outside the off stump, and he cracks it through backward point for 4. That's a good shot. That's a shot of a very talented, high caliber batsman. If it's a short and given any room, if it's up, he's giving him the full treatment. If they're short, he's going also. So Danny Ram, as we said, Danny Ram, one of the most prolific batsmen here in this global cricket team, and also in this Millennium League. Last year he scored over 1,000 runs and got over 20 odd wickets in this tournament. So I think Rising Star will have their hands full here this morning. So the ball to be retrieved from the backwards point area, not as yet. So we will see what's the outcome here now. As we wait for the fielders to retrieve the ball, we still under the conditions here, very gloomy conditions, very cool this morning. So the ball is retrieved now, back to the bowler Savan, who will have to rethink now to bowl his line to Danny Ram. So Danny Ram, he moves on to 62. 62 Danny Ram with 9 fours and 2 sixes. 62, 9 fours with 62. Here is Savan. The sun comes out here at the Western Road Ground. Here is Savan. In both of Danny Ram. Short and he's cutting this again. 4 more runs. Danny Ram getting a loose delivery outside the off stump, and Savan is cutting his. Danny Ram is cutting Savan. 2 consecutive good looking shots. 2 backward point for 4. While Danny Ram is going great guns here this morning. Here. So the Rising Star having themselves some problems here this morning. Bowler to Danny Ram, who is puncturing every loose delivery he can get here. As we said, it was a very difficult condition for the bowlers to be bowling. The ball is in very damp conditions, and the outfield is very damp. So the captain of the Rising Star, Kewal Prasad, has some work to do in his hands. He seems to give him more protection in the offside. He's going to put in a short extra cover. He's going to put a man to sweep on the extra cover boundary. And here is Savan, young Savan, to rethink his game. He'll be running in now. Bowls to Danny Ram outside the off stump, and Danny Ram punctures this one, but it goes straight to him. No, he misfields. He misfields, and the ball goes through the fielder hand at point, and the batsman will cross it for 1. So Danny Ram moves along to 63 as the global team moves on to 91 for 1 in 8.5 overs. So the last delivery of the first over from Savan. Here he is now, running in, passes the umpire, bowls to Sean, and Sean is getting a good delivery, pushing it up to short point there where the fielder comes in, prevents a single. So at the end of the over number 9, and the global team moves on to 91 for 1. So the Rising Star team really has some work here to do this morning. The score is already 91 in 9 overs. And as we can see, the global team won in the toss this morning and he elected to bat. The batting order is Rishi was caught at backward point for 1. He is the only batsman to fall this morning as we wait here now. So Taj will continue to bowl his 3rd over of the game. He tosses the ball from hand to hand.
Well, you have to set your thing to.
So we watch the bowling cards read Mark Kipling bowled 2 overs for 17 runs. Kushant 2 overs for 23 runs. Kushant bowled 2 overs for 23 also. Ryan Prasad 2 overs, no maiden, 18 runs, no wicket. Faj Tai 2 overs, 16 runs, no wicket. Savan 1 overs, 11 runs. So 5 bowlers being used so far by the Rising Star team, so they will have to recuperate. Here is Taj now. In rushes past the umpire, bowls Danny Ram, and Danny Ram is cutting this also again. Cutting it to extra cover there. The man on the boundary comes off. Will be Ryan Prasad. Fire the throws, and the batsman crosses for 1.
Yep.
So as I can say, the global team, the current run rate now is 9.1. 9.1. The current run rate. The partnership is 90 runs. 9.1 is the current run rate. No, I'm sorry. The current run rate is 10.4. 10.4. Here's Taj bowling to Sean. Short ball, cutting this again. This time the man will have some work to do. He will cut it off. Yes, what a beautiful slide there. Sliding on the boundary there, making a good stop here, and the batsman crosses for 2. So we can see here now Taj getting some problems with delivering the ball here now as he pushes past the umpire in bowls to Sean, and Sean is driven this up the mid-on comfortably as Cameron Mazur comes off the boundary, and there is only a single. So it's a Global Cricket Club winning the toss this morning, elected to bat, and in 9.3 overs they are rallying up the way to 95 for 1. Here is Taj. Here he is again now. Rushes past the umpire. Right arm leg spinner bows to Danny Ram, and Danny Ram is covering this up, pushing it up, looking for a single which is not there. Fielded by the keeper from behind the stump to prevent any single. So we wait again here as the sun tries to picks out here at the Western Road ground. Here he is in. Over number 10 in progress. Taj in both to Danny Ram, and Danny Ram is getting one down the hit on the pad as a peel. The umpire has no interest as the short mid-wicket fielder comes into field, and there is no run. So 10 overs in progress, and the global team is going on with great guns. There are 95 for 1 in over number 10. Here we wait now. Taj, right arm leg spinner, in, over the wicket, bows to Danny Ram, and Danny Ram getting a full toss and whipping this over to backward square for 4 more. And Danny Ram, all every loose ball, been punching on this all day. So Taj, short, full on the pads, and Danny Ram whip this over square leg for 4 more. And I think that's what they brings up. No, it's 99. The score is in 10 overs completed. The score is 99. So Danny Ram is going great guns here this morning. On the pads, and he whipped it over the square leg. The man had no chances there. One bounce into the backward square boundary for 4. So we'll follow Danny Ram again. So Danny Ram is going great guns now. He's 7-2. He moves up to 72 of 38 deliveries. He's so far scored 11 fours and 2 sixes. So Danny Ram moves up to 72, and Sean is on 24. Says 99 is the score. So Rising Star having a few problems here this morning. The bowlers are not in contention at all. They are not. The difficult conditions causes more confusion for them here this morning. So we see the captain now has turned to one of the senior members of the team. It'll be Lalta Prasad. Lalta Prasad bowling right arm off spinner. He's a very veteran of this team. We have a few. His son Ryan Prasad, himself Lalta Prasad, and his brother Kewal Prasad, who is a captain. The 3 Prasad in the team. So Lalta Prasad, he's going to be bowling to Sean, right arm off spin. He makes some adjustments to his field. He wants a few men in on the leg stump, and he wants a few men back. So he's going to be bowling right arm off spin. He's going to be bowling over the wicket, and he's going to be bowling to Sean. Sean is so far been quietly. He's on 24 of 18 deliveries. And it's all Danny Ram's show. So Danny Ram moves up to 72 of 38 deliveries, and the score moves up to 99 for 1. Here is you wait. Still some slight adjustment to the field with Lalta. He wants to make sure every field is in the right position before he can bowl the delivery. So he brings over the short backward square over on the onside for a short point area. He has a short third man in position also. No, he pushes the man to short final leg. So we'll see what best he can do here. So he moves the man at a shortish, less than 45, like a short third man final leg. Here is Lalta Prasad in bows to Sean. Sean is getting a good one, turning into him. Appeal from the bowlers, and the umpire signal not out. So Sean getting one, spinning back from outside the off stump here from Lalta Prasad. Seems to getting some turn here this morning. The first delivery gets some turn. The only bowler seems to get in a few little turn, and that's the first delivery he has bowled this morning. So we'll find out what he can continue this morning. Here is Lalta Prasad. Sean in both is Sean, and Sean is getting a flighted delivery, hitting this in the air. There's a man settling on the ball. I think it will go for 6. 6. Sean flighted up by Lalta Prasad, and Sean giving him the challenge, coming down the wicket and hit it over long on for 6. So Sean is getting into the act here this morning now. So the score moves up to 105 in over number 11. So the global team are going great guns here. Over number 11, and they moved up to 102. So this partnership is over 100. Over 100 partnership. The partnership is 103. 103 is on Danny Ram 72, and Sean is on 30. What a great partnership here now. So the ball is back and bowls to Sean, and Sean is pushing this back up to the bowler there, and there is no runs.
That's where I'm putting it now, eh?
So here we go now. Here is Lalta Prasad in bows to Sean. Flight to the gear, and Sean is hitting this over the backward square. The field on the boundary make a good save, and the batsman crosses for 1. So Lalta Prasad bowling some off breaks here, right arm off breaks. One of the senior member here for the Rising Star team. So now we wait. Here is Lalta in both Danny Ram, and Danny Ram is tabbing this here. Oh, what a good little stay by this young fella. Short backward point. Kishan. Oh, good stay by Kishan there. Good feeling. A young 17-year-old. Coming down on his feet, making a good stop here from there. Here is Lalta Prasad in both Danny Ram. Danny Ram coming down the track and on driving this. There's no one there. I think he will probably looking for a second. Angelo comes wrong from the boundary. A wide mid on here can hardly prevent the second. And there is a second run. So the end of over number 11 in this 20 over contest. The score moves on to 108 in over number 11. So we just was told by our official score there was one delivery short of the over there, but I think the umpire calls over, so we have to deal with that. There seems to be another bowling change here from the western side of the ground. Okay, so Savan now will switch ends. He bowled the first over from the top end, which causes 11 runs. And it seems to be he comes back on the bottom end. He replaced Taj. So over number 12 in progress here. 12 overs in progress. Savan will be bowling to Sean. Savan to be bowling to Sean. And this is the 12th over of the game in a 20 over contest here. The semi-final games of the Millennium T2020 championship here now. So the global team notice will be the champions for quite some time. They have won 4 or 5 championships of the league so far, and they're looking to make it a triple crown this year. Also already winning the 40 overs and the playoff, and now they're looking for the 2020. Here is Savan now in, rushes past the umpire. Bows to Sean, a full toss, and Sean is hitting this into mid wicket area. There is a fielder, K-Wal Prasad comes wrong there, and the batsman crosses for 2. So there is a full toss by Savan, and Sean whips in this over to mid wicket, and the batsman crosses for 2, and the score moves up to 110 in the 12th over in progress of a 2020 over affair here in the semi-final games between the Sunrise, the Rising Star, and the global team. Here is Savan, rushes both to Sean, and Sean again swinging this off the outside edge. It will go down to third man. It probably will carry all the way. It will not. As the fielder retrieves the boundary, the ball stops inside the boundary and they crosses for 2 more. So Sean looking to go over extra cover. The ball hit the outside edge, flew all the way to fine leg, and he collected 2 easily run there. So the score moves on to 112 in 12 overs in progress. As Savan now comes in here from the western side of the ground. Here he is now into ball to Sean. Ball to Sean up and full toss, and Sean is banging this over to me. Cameron comes up, cannot field it, and goes in for 4. We wait for the umpire signal. It seems from the commentator box here as the fielder signal 4, and the umpire confirms that it's 4 more. So Sean is picking up the tempo here. We find out his score. Sean moves on to 39. Sean 39 of 24 deliveries. Danny Ram 74 of 42 deliveries. The partnership is 114. The current run rate it's 10.09, and the 12th over in progress. So we're watching a 2020 over fair, the semi-final games between the Rising Star and the global cricket team at the Western Road ground. So we wait as the ball to be retrieved here. We think that the 8 overs more to go. With the global team probably looking to close to 200 runs in this game to make it a comfortable way to field. So we'll see what the 2 batsmen have in mind here. So we see a few changes in the bat in order here. We notice the bat coming in next was Prashad Mahadio, then Derek McDonald. Then it'll be a few changes in the batting lineup here because there's only 8 overs to go. So we will see the likes of Crandon, Demian Shankster. These guys will probably take a few here now as we wait to see the 12th over in progress. As Sean now picking up the tempo, he moves on to 39 in 24 deliveries. As we wait to see, it's 116 for one. Over number 12 in progress. So the ball is back in the playing area now as Savan makes a few works with it, few adjustments to the field. The wicketkeeper waits. As you can see, Crandon has his pad on. He seems to be, this is his kind of game with a few overs to remain. As we see now, here is Savan, waits on the keeper, who had probably went to retrieve the ball also. So Savan is so far completing his second over, and he's quite expensive. He's 1.3 overs for 19 runs. 1.3 overs for 19 runs. So far, 8 of the over. Here he is. The first over win for 11, the second over for 8. So Savan very expensive in this game this morning. Here he is now. Rushes past the umpire. In bows to Sean. Sean is banging this away, and this will in the playing area. We see Cameron Meza comes wrong. 3 men settles on the ball, and no one to catch the ball. What a big blunder there again. 3 men settles onto the ball. There was 2 men coming in from the ball, and the batsman crosses for 2. Oh, what a blunder here by the Rising Star team. The ball was hitting in the air. 3-fielder convert. No one was able to catch the ball, and the batsman crosses for 2. Sean moves up to 41. So Sean moves up to 41 of 25 ball. He's probably looking for a half century in this game. Here is Savan. Rushes past the umpire now. In bows to Sean. Sean is getting one down the leg stump. Hit on the pad, and they cross it for a single. They're probably looking for a second, which is not on. Danny Ram tells him wait. And I think that will be a leg by. Yes, the umpire now waits to see it for the signal. It's a leg by. So the score moves up to 119. 119 in the 12th over in progress. 119 in 12. Here as we watch it. Here we watch it. Young Savan. He races on Danny Ram here. Makes a slight adjustment to his gloves as he settles in here now. Danny Ram is going great guns. He's on 40. He's on 74. Looking for a century here. Here is young Savan. Rushes past the umpire in both to Danny Ram. And Danny Ram is swinging this over backward square. I think this will go all the way for 6. All the way for 6. What an extravagant shot here from Danny Ram. Ball pitching outside the off stump. Whipping it from off the leg over the backward square boundary for 6. So what a great shot here from Danny Ram. Danny Ram is going great guns. He's in the 80s now. Oh, he moves on to 80. And Savan is noted for very expensive. He's gone for 16. 16 in 2 overs. 16 in the second over. He bowled 11 in the first, and he so far gave away 27 in 2. So who will the captain turn to now? The score moves on to 125 in over number 12 completed. 12 overs completed and 125 for 1. So Danny Ram moves on to 80 in 43 deliveries, and Sean is on 41 in 26 delivery. So the Rising Star have some work cut away from them this morning. So we wait for Lalta Prasad. We'll continue here the bowling attack. He will be bowling to Sean. Sean is very watchful compared to Danny Ram. Danny Ram is in a very aggressive mood this morning. He moves on to 80. He's looking for another century in this league. He has dominated this league in very most atmosphere of this game. Here he waits, Sean. As he waits for Lalta Prasad. He makes some adjustments. He wants the wide long one to come very wide. And here he is now. Tosses the ball from hand to hand. As he waits now. Here he is now. In bows to Sean. And Sean is getting one on the pad. Whips it straight to the man at short. Well stopped today by Cameron Meza and prevented the batsman from scoring the runs. So we had some sunshine early in the day. Now it seems to be very overcast back again. Very cool conditions. It's about 57 degrees this morning here in the Jersey area. Here he is. Now is Lalta Prasad in bows to Sean. Full toss, and Sean is banging this. There's a man coming off the boundary. Savan, he will take the catch. Yes, and he's out. Sean is caught on the boundary there by young Savan coming around there. Sean looking to play a shot over extra cover, going for it now for 6 and the ball, and he's caught. So the second wicket down for the global team. Sean is caught off the ball of Lalta Prasad for a well played 41 of 27 ball. He was caught in the extra cover boundary by Savan, bowled by Lalta Prasad. So Lalta Prasad picks up his first wicket of the game. The first wicket of the game in the 13th over in progress. So we see the new batsman of the crease will be Damian Shankster. Damian Shankster, he will comes in at number 4. Damian Shankster will come in at number 4. Here he is now. We see some slight adjustment here in the global team. We'll have some slight adjustment here. Damien Shankster will comes out at number 4. We have Carlton Crandon padded at number 5, and they're looking for a number 6 batsman here now. Here we see. Here he is now. Damien Shankster. Damien Shankster is a very prolific batsman also in this global cricket team and also in this league. So here we wait. Tell him. So the second wicket of the global team has fallen. Sean has caught the extra cover boundary off Alata Prasad. The batsman crosses, so we wait for Danny Ram, who's on 80, looking for a century. Here it's fighted up now, and Danny Ram is driven. Oh, and he's dropped again. Straight to the fielder, short extra cover, and we'll try to figure out who is the fielder there. Oh, it's K.W. Prasad, the captain of the Rising Star team himself. What a blunder here they're making here this morning. Danny Ram letting him off the hook twice. Here is Danny Ram, he's on 80, settles in now. Wait for Alata Prasad, coming forward, getting a good delivery. Lalta looking for a peel, and there's no runs. But what unfortunate, the brother bowls the ball to the batsman, and the brother dropped the catch. What a coincidence here now. So now we see Lalta Prasad not doing that very bad, not going that very expensive either. Here he is now, bowls to Danny Ram. Danny Ram cutting this away now, 2 backward point. It will probably carry to the boundary for 4 more. 4 more. Danny Ram moves up to 84. Danny Ram moves up to 84. Lalta Prasad guilty of bowling short, and Danny Ram cutting this away, and the score moves up to 129. 129. 129 is the score. Over number 13 in progress. Danny Ram moves up to 84. So now we will watch here now. So Lalta Prasad guilty of bowling short aside the off stump, and he's being pounced by Danny Ram, who's going great guns here. He's on 84. Moves on to 84. As he waits now, Lalta Prasad passes the umpire, bowls to Danny Ram. Danny Ram cutting again. This time will probably find the 2 fielders in the gap there. He's running all the way down to the boundary, and well stopped today by young Kishan. Kishan pulling the ball back into the boundary. In the meantime, the batsman crosses for a double. Good feeling there by young Kishan, diving to his right, pulling the ball back into the boundary. So at the end of over number 13, the global team is 131 for 2. The 2 batsmen to go. Rishi was caught at backward point of the bowling of Mark Kipling for 1. Sean, the second batsman to fall, was caught in the extra cover boundary of the bowling of Lalta Prasad for 41 of 28 deliveries. What a well played innings from Sean. Very supportive of his captain Danny Ram. Danny Ram is still at the crease. He's on 86 in 47 deliveries, 12-4, 3 sixes. So we'll wait to see if Danny Ram could probably pull off a century here today. So we'll see here now. So young Savan here, very expensive. 2 overs to 27 runs. The first over cost 11, the second over cost 16. He'll be continuing if the ball is third over of the game. He's one of probably the strike bowlers here for the Rising Stars team here. But he's going pretty much expensive here this morning. So we wait to see him. Young Savan. Young Savan here now, as he waits for the ball. The new batsman of the crease is Damien Shankster. Damien Shankster is a right-handed batsman. Plays for the global team for the last 2 seasons. He's a very, very aggressive batsman. Here he is, Damien Shankster. Wait for young Savan. Then bowls to Savan, and he's driving this up to mid-on here in the air, but passes the batsman there, and he comes off the mark with a single. So Damien Shankster is a very aggressive player in this form of the game. It's a 20-20 over affair. As we approach here the 14th over in progress, and the global team is 132. Here he is, young Savan. He'll be bowling to Danny Ram, looking for a century. Bowls to Danny Ram, and Danny Ram is outside the off stump. A nice slow delivery, looking to drive. The ball wasn't there, kind of beaten outside the off stump, but we'll give him doubt of the benefit for being there so long. Here is young Savan. He'll be bowling to Danny Ram. Danny Ram is on 86, looking for his century. Many of the season, here he is. Bowls to Danny Ram. Danny Ram getting a short one, hips off this hip. And he didn't make that quite connection. The ball comes off the tight pad, fields it by the backward square, and there is no run. Damien Shanks is a Wanderers Cricket Club member here. As Danny Ram is notable for a Richmond cricket team of New York, which Richmond this year winning the championship in the New York area, with Danny Ram scoring over 1,200 runs, including 7 centuries and a double century. Danny Ram, one of the most prolific batsmen here in the tri-state area. Here he is now. Savan, we be bowling. Savan in now. He be bowling to Danny Ram is on 86. He bowls to Danny Ram, and Danny Ram is looking to allow LBW. Is going down the leg stump. The umpire had no interest in it. Savan appealed loudly, and there is no runs. So we approach the end of the 14th over. It's one delivery for the 14th over, so 6 overs to go after this. And the score probably 132. I would probably predict 180-90. 180-90. Here is Savan, and both of Danny Ram beaten outside the off stump. And Savan is coming back of his own in this over here. After 2 bad overs, he bowled very good over. He bowled 1 runs in this over from young Savan, as he is noted for a very young, talented cricketer. So the end of over number 14, the global team moves on to 132 for 2, and Danny Ram moves up to 86, and Damien Shankster is on 1. So Danny Ram is on 52 balls, 86 runs. We'll try to see if he can pick up that century here today. 6 overs to go. Here is Lalta Prasad. He be bowling to Damien Shankster, the vicious Damien Shankster. One of the very, very aggressive player here in the Wanderers Cricket Club of the New Jersey area. He's also a very aggressive player in this version of the game, a 2020 game. Here he is, a right-handed batsman. Very short and stocky. He be Lalta. So far, done the damage here for Rising Star. Here is him, Bosto. And Damien Shankster swinging this one down to mid-on. And Angelo comes off the boundary, and they'll easily cross for a single. So Shankster not picking it up cleanly, and the ball. Okay, we're back with the action here. It's Lalta Prasad. We will check his bowling figure so far. He is probably one of the quiet bowlers here. He's bowled 2.1 over 16 runs and took 1 wicket. Not a bad bowling here from Lalta Prasad. He's in his 3rd over of the game. Here is Lalta Prasad. Continue. Here he is now. He'll be bowling to Danny Ram. Danny Ram for sure is looking for a century. Here he is now. Bowls to Danny Ram. Flighted up, and Danny Ram he's missed stump. Danny Ram came down the track looking to a big heave. Make no contact, miss stump by the keeper, and Danny Ram crosses for 2 byes. What a big hop here again. So, track hard. The track hard, I was just informed, the keeper's track hard. That's a very big mishap there. Danny Ram went down the track with a mighty heave, and the keeper makes no collection cleanly at all. Here's Lalta Prasad. Bows to Danny Ram again, and Danny Ram tucking this one to short third man where he picks up a single. So far, the Rising Star has led Danny Ram off 3 times in this innings here. He's been dropped by Ryan Prasad early in the innings. He's been dropped by K.Y. Prasad. Now he's been missed on by the keeper track hard. So it's all Danny Ram did today. Here he is now. As he crosses for a single, so Damien Shankster now will pick up the strike. Over number 14 in progress. 15, sorry. Here is Lalta Prasad letting it go outside the off stump by Damien Shankster. So Lalta Prasad is not doing a very bad job here for the Rising Star. He's in his 3rd overs, and he so far gave up 19 runs compared to the bowling figures of the others. Here is Lalta Prasad spinning the ball in both. And Shankster goes down the track, and this probably will go high and hard. There's no man out there. I think we'll probably go for 4. So this is what we know Shankster for, hitting the ball cleanly. And they're clean over mid-on, and the ball goes for 1 bumps in the 4. So a slight adjustment and change here. Shankster seems to changing of bat here now. So the score moves up to 140 for 2 of the 14.4 overs. So the prediction of the score, I would probably say they probably get a 180, 190 with the remaining overs. 5 overs after this remaining in the game. 30 balls remaining. So far, it's 32 deliveries over. The scoring rate is 9.44. Here as we wait. Lalter Prasad in. Bows to Shankster. Flighted up and Shankster in. And this will probably go for 6. This will probably go all the way. We'll wait for the umpire to signal, and he signal 4. 4 more to Damian Shanksters. This is the Shanksters that we know. Very aggressive batsman. So, Lalter Prasad, last ball, went in for a boundary here and pushing the score up here to 144 for 2. So, we'll see what happens here now. Prediction of the score is 30 deliveries left, and the score is 144. A run per ball will push it up to 174. If there's 2 runs per ball, we'll push up to 190. So we'll see what takes place here as we wait for the ball to retrieve from the boundary. As we slight overcast condition, very cloudy, but no rain in sight. But as we wait here this morning, the global team won the toss this morning, elected to bat. As we just noticed, Shankster hit 2 consecutive 4 in a row. So very up to date. So Danny Ram moves up to 89 in sort of a century. 5 of us to go. So we'll see what best he can do. Who will pick up the ball and attack from this western end? I think it's young Savan. He be running in for his 4th over of the game. Yeah, he'll be bringing up his 4th over of the game now as young Savan. As we wait to see makes the last run over, the 3rd over he bowled very, very well. He gave up only a single run. What's a very good over. To push his total up is the bowling figures: 3 overs, no maiden, 28 runs, no wicket. Taj bowled 3 overs, 24 runs, no wicket. Ryan Prasad bowled 2 overs for 18 runs, no wicket. Krishant bowled 2 overs for 23 runs, no wicket. And Mark Kipling, the other bowler, 2 overs for 23, no wickets. So 15 overs have gone, 5 overs in progress. So we wait to see here the progress. Danny Ram here looking for a century. Probably this will be his number 8 or 9th century for the season. Here is Danny Ram. Bows to Danny Ram. Getting one. He tucks it off his pad here. He's looking for a double. He probably will complete it. No, he's not looking for a double. As the wicketkeeper, Chuck Hart, runs and collect the ball from the backward square area. And Danny Ram, a single moves him up to 80, 90. So Danny Ram is in his 90s now. Danny Ram scored 7th century in the New York area, including a double century. This will be his number 8th century of the season if he gets to that target. Here he is. Getting a few little slightly luck this morning with the chances as he watches the umpire here. Here is young Savan. He'll be running into ball to Damian Shanksters. Here he is, both to Shankster. Shankster swinging this one inside edge down to mid-on here. Cameron Meza comes off the boundary. Not taking too clean at 1 bounce, but unable to prevent for a 2nd runs. So it's 5 overs to remain in, and the global team here probably looking to score another 40, 50 runs. Wait to see on Danny Ram. If he gets to this landmark of another century, here he is now. Savan rushes past the umpire in now. Both to Danny Ram, and Danny Ram is beaten outside the off stump, looking to cut ball, make a little bounce, and taken cleanly by the keeper, Chuck Hart. Chuck Hart so far is not looking too bad behind the stumps, but he let Danny Ram off the hook. Danny Ram coming down the wicket, and the ball deluding him, and Danny Ram scoring 2-leg byes. Here is Savan. Rushes past the umpire. Both to Danny Ram, and Danny Ram is cutting this straight to backward point where Angelo fields, and there is no runs. So Danny Ram seems to be a little bit, I would probably not say too much of a pressure, but he's trying to secure what will play, probably say a well played century. Here he is, 16th over in progress here. Danny Ram is in his 90s. The score is 146 for 2. Here is young Savan, a 21 years old young medium pacer, rushes past the umpire in, both with Danny Ram, and Danny Ram is caught in this, and this will go for 4. This will up on the hill and will go all the way for 4. So Danny Ram short outside the off stump, playing one of his favorite shots, and it goes for 4. So Danny Ram moves up to 94. 94 in 58 deliveries. What a well played century. If he gets to the landmark, will be a nice century. Danny Ram batting number 3 today. Opted to bat at number 3. Normally opened the bat in the 2020 game, but opting to bat number 3. Here he is here, leading by example. He's captain the side today in the absence of Neil McGarrell, who is the regular captain who was unable to be here, taking up duties with the U.S. cricket team. Here Danny Ram short again, cutting outside the off stump, looking for a second here. Young Kishan comes wrong, lanky, throw the ball over the keeper's head. Well backed up here by Mark Kipling. And the Danny Ram crosses for 2. So the end of over number 16 The score is 152. Danny Ram is on 96. So Danny Ram is on 96. 152, and Danny Ram moves up to 96 of 59 deliveries. So the scoring rate is 9.50. So we watches here now. So Savan has bowled 4 overs, no maiden, 36 runs, no wicket. Faj Taz bowled 3 overs with 24 runs, no wicket. Orion Prasad, 2 overs, no maiden, 18 runs, no wicket. Krishant, 2 overs, no maiden, 23 runs, no wicket. Mark Kipling, 2 overs, 23 runs, 1 wicket. So there will be Lata Prasad who will be completing here is Lata Prasad be bowling his 4th over of the game. Here he is now. Lata Prasad to be completing his 4th over of the game, and this is the over number 16. 17th. The 17th over. 3 overs and to go in the 20 overs a game. So now we watch this here. 16.1 overs. 4 overs of the game. Here Danny Ram 96 and he's swinging. This is not Danny Ram. This is Shankster swinging from outside the off stump. Make no contact. Chuck hard. Clips the bails off, but the batsman is still in his ground. So Chuck hard trying to make up amends of what he did earlier. He's keeping the ball very cleanly and hitting the bails off. Here is Lata Prasad in bowl. So Shankster getting a full toss, whipped into the mid-wicket area here. He'll probably come for a second. No, Danny Ram doesn't want it. Kipling throws. Oh, what a good throw by Mark Kipling. It seems to be a very good fielder. He bowled 2 overs so far for 23 runs in the game. The captain did not call upon him any longer. Here now, we'll see what Danny Ram makes amends of Lata Prasad. Danny Ram is on 96. Danny Ram is on 96 as Lata Prasad makes a slight adjustment. He brings the extra man over on the onside. The short third man. Here's Danny Ram on 96. Lata Prasad in. Bowls to Danny Ram. Danny Ram getting 1 over extra cover. This will probably go all the way for 4, and that will brings up a century. That's 100 runs. A century from Danny Ram. Danny Ram brings up a century in. So Danny Ram score another century. This will be his number 8th century of this 2013 season, and the century brings up 60 deliveries. He scored 14 fours and 3 sixes. Danny Ram 60 deliveries, scored 100 runs, and the score moves on to 152 for 2. So Danny Ram again sweeping this over square leg. This will probably go for 4 more. So Danny Ram is 6 more. The umpire signals 6 more. So Danny Ram now moves on up to 163 for 2. 163. So as we said, we was looking for 170, but the total will probably be more. So as long as Danny Ram is at the crease, a lot of things can happen here in the cricket game. He's a guy noted for this kind of. So Rising Star will have their work cut out. They have some good young talented cricketer. Probably going to be chasing down to 190 to 200 runs. So we'll see what the outcome will be. A very good game. The action rate will probably be high. Right now the current run rate is 9.78. With another 20 runs or 40 runs, and the required run rate will be over 11. So we'll see what is the outcome of this. So Danny Ram, what an innings of this caliber cricketer here. Danny Ram, he's a 48-year-old youngster. 48-year-old youngster in this game. Here he is now. Bases for Lata Prasad. Up, bowls to Danny Ram, and Danny Ram coming down the track and hitting this, and this will go for 6 more. So here we go. 6 more. So Danny Ram, after his 100, being going full flight here. So Danny Ram here, showing all the youngsters around that, you know, the old guy is still around doing his stuff. He moves on to 112. 112 in 62 deliveries. Here is Danny Ram. Taps there, waits for Lata. Lata is very expensive in this over. So far he's gone for 17. Here he is now. Bowls to Danny Ram again. Flat and Danny Ram swinging this again. This will probably go for 4 more. 4 more. Danny Ram is on a brutal mood this morning. 4 more. 116. So Danny Ram here. So 17. So that over caused Lata Prasad 21. What a bowling figures. He had bowled 3 overs earlier. Good overs. The first over caused him for 9. The second over called him for 6. The third over was for 12. He came back in the last over and gave away 21. So he ended up with 4 overs, no maiden, 48 runs, 1 wicket. So the end of Lata Prasad, number the 4th over has been bowled, and we're watching the end of the 17th over. So the sun comes out here, the Western Road, hopefully can be warm up a bit. So the global team moves on to 173 for 2. The batsman out, Rishi for 1, Sean for 41. Here he is now. There's Mark Kipling, who bowled the first over for 2 overs of 22 runs. Will be coming in to bowl his 2 more overs. So we'll see the prediction here. We says 190 for global, but it probably could be more. We'll see what happens. Danny Ram is on 116, scoring his 8th century for this year, the 2013 season. Oh, this I was just informed by my scorers. This is his 9th century. Here he is, Danny Ram, 9th century of this 2013 season, including a double century. Sangster. Here is Sangster's on strike. Damien Sangster. Played for the Wanderers Club in the New Jersey area. A very prolific batsman himself too. And Kipling will be bowling to the man who was on strike, which is Damien Shanksters. Here he is. Passes the umpire. Bowls to Shankster. Slow ball, and Shankster banging this down the ground. And well stopped it there. Coming across by the fielder by short. That's Ryan Prasad. And oh, Conrad Corbin. Corbin didn't take the ball this day. I didn't know he was playing. Here is Mark Kipling now. Bowls into Danny Ram now. Bowls to Danny Ram. Oh, what a good Yorker. Danny Ram choking it up. Just bringing the bat down at the last minute of the thing. And there is no runs. So Mark Kipling coming in for a second spell after 2 overs of 22 runs. Second delivery. He had bowled a good Yorker to Danny Ram, the man who was in full flight. Here as we watch is here now. As Mark Kipling now rushes past the umpire in bowls to Danny Ram, and Danny Ram is outside the off stump, beating the keeper chuck hard. And this will probably go down to the boundary. So Danny Ram looking to come for a second. Angelo lost a long way from short third man to retrieve the ball, and the batsman crosses for 2. And it will be by signaled by the umpire. So chuck hard seems to be having an up and down day. Getting a few stops, and then he's missing some of the vital one. Here is Chuckhart. He's up on the stumps there, keeping up to Kaplan, Mark Kipling. Here is Kipling, sorry, as he rubs the ball from his trousers now. He rushes past the umpire in again to bowl to Danny Ram, and Danny Ram is whipping this into mid-on. This will go for 6. This is 6 more by Danny Ram. Wow. And Danny Ram is on full cry here again. It's an all Danny Ram show this morning here, so Danny Ram will find out how many 6s that he hit so far in his innings. So far it's 6 6s. Danny Ram 15 4s and 6 6s and 124 off a 66 delivery. So this guy Danny Ram is in a very prolific mood this morning. But we have to give him credit because the Rising Star team had failed to dismiss him twice. Lata Prasad, I was just informed, 3 times. Brian Prasad put him down first at the backward square. Then Lata Prasad, Kewal Prasad put him down, and the keeper missed-stumped him. So this is all Danny Ram did today. So he brings up his 9th century of the 2013 season, and the run rate moves up to 10.30. What a scoring rate. And the predicted score was 190, but it seems that they'll probably go past that now. So it's 182 for 2 in 17.4 overs. 2 overs to go after the remaining. So Rising Star put himself here in some problems this morning. So winning the toss by the global team, they elected to bat by Captain Danny Ram, who's standing in captaincy of Neil McGarrell. Neil McGarrell, who is away on duty with the US team, preparing for a tour to Dubai. He's in a training camp in Florida. He has captained the team for the last 4 or 5 seasons, but he's unable to make it this end of the season because of his commitment for the US national team. So Danny Ram, a very prolific batsman, played for Guyana back home in the regional tournament. He played for the West Indies B team of Zimbabwe. Very high-class, experienced batsman. As we wait to see what he will do in his remaining couple of deliveries. He's only faced a 66 delivery. He scored 124. Damien Shanks has 9 delivery for 13 runs. Mark Kipling has the ball. What will he do next? As he waits for Danny Ram. Taps on his crease. Low couch. Kipling's now. Wait. As the keeper is up, here is Kipling now. Rushes past the umpire now in delivery. Bows to Danny Ram. And Danny Ram goes again. This will probably be in the gap, but Cameron Meza comes around. Cannot stop. It is 4 more. 4 more for Danny Ram. So Danny Ram is going in boundaries and boundaries. Here we go. So the score moves up to 186. Danny Ram moves up to 128. And the score is going in flying colors and crows here. So Mark Kipling, very expensive. Danny Ram is 128. 128, Danny Ram. Danny Ram moves up to 128 offer. 67 deliveries. Mark Kipling still has a few deliveries to bowl in the overs. 1 deliveries. He so far gave 36 runs and he's taken a wicket. The only wicket of Rishi in the first over. Here he is now. Very expensive. And this is only his third over. Without what the captain will probably look for him on a fourth over. Here he is now. Kipling. Make a few adjustments here to the field. He wants the camera mates to come around a bit. Here is Danny Ram. Taps on his bat. 128 going full guns here. Here is in. Bows to Danny Ram. And Danny Ram got a full toss. Over the waist. I think the umpire will settle. Lata Prasad settles and he took the catch. And Danny Ram goes. He was caught. A full toss from Mark Kipling. Swinging it down to backward square. Make a top edge. And Lata Prasad running in from the boundary. Take a catch. So Danny Ram goes on 128 in 67 deliveries. So the new batsman up. The new batsman up is Carlton Crandon, the finisher. The finisher of the game, Carlton Crandon. We'll see what he can do. He loves this part of the game, Crandon. He loved this part of the game. And Danny Ram comes into the pavilion with a loud applause from his team member. What a captain in this of 128. 128 runs. Danny Ram led his team from the front. A waist height full toss, swinging it down, and eventually getting a top edge, and he was finally out caught at backward square for a well played 128. So we wait to see the remaining deliveries. 18 over in progress. Here now. So I think that was the last ball of Mark Kipling's over. He actually got a wicket. So Mark Kipling actually got a wicket in his bowling. It seems as though, yes, the ball was over the wayside, but the umpire did not signal a wide. So we'll see. So the big hitter Crandon, the finisher of this kind of a format of the game. 2020 specialist, as we've known him for, Crandon. This is his format of the game. Few deliveries to go and few hitting to go. 186 for 3. 186 for 3. Carlton Crandon, the new batsman in. As we know that Crandon is a 50-year-old veteran. He's 50 years old veteran. Very, very athletic. Here he is now. The new bowler will be Carbon. Carbon? Yes, Carbon will take the ball. Carbon will be bowling the number 18th over? 19th. 2 overs to go. Carbon will be bowling the 19th over of the game. He'll be bowling to Carlton Crandon. Crandon, who noticed will be a very, very clean hit of the ball in this format of the game. So we see some slight adjustment. I saw Darlington has the pad on as we wait. 186 for 3. Here is Carbon. First delivery. And he stops in his tracks by Crandon. Here he is. Over number 19 in progress. Looking for a big showdown here in this last few overs. Slight adjustment to the field again. We got a backward square, a mid-on, a mid-wicket, an extra cover. Yeah. And here he is now. A man sweeping on the offside. Here is Carbon. Tosses the ball from hand to hand. I'll wait to see what he can do. The big hitter Crandon is at the crease. Looking to push the score over 200. As I notice a change in the batting order, we see Kevin Darlington taking the pads on. Here is Crandon cutting his top point. Well fielded there by Cameron. Prevent a single. What a good feeling there from young Cameron. As we said, this is a very youthful young team. As we wait to see. Here is Crandon. First ball cut into point. No runs. 19 over in progress. Here Carbon boasted the cut. He cuts again. This time he probably gets off the mark. Cuts is in front. As a short. The man. Oh, what a misfield here by K.Y. Posada. The batsman crosses for 2. Oh, what a blunder here in the field. So runs is scoring freely at will, and then the fielding is also giving them runs at free at will. Here is Carbon now. Bowling over number 19 of the game. Bows to Crandon. Crandon swing and it goes back, passes the ball on the onside. He's looking for 2 but it's not there. Angelo comes off the boundary fighter, return to the wicketkeeper end, and there is only 1 run. So the score 189. 189. We're probably looking at 200. Let's see if the target is 200. We'll see if the global team can get the 200 target. Here as you watch is now. as Carbon now makes slight adjustments to his field as he waits his now as the new batsman is Shankster will take strike. Here is Shankster, right hand. Here is Carbon in. Bows to Shankster, flighted up, and Shankster hitting the mid wicket. The crosses for a single, picks up the ball by, that will be Ryan Prasad, fires a throw but unable to get a run out. So we see that delivery, full delivery to Shankster, and was unable. Here is Carbon now. He'll be bowling again to the dangerous man, Crandon. Here is Carbon in the Crandon swinging again down the ground. Here probably looking for a second here, but the youngster Savant comes around, prevent a second. Oh, not too bad. Very good fielding. So the global team are looking to score 200 here. They moved to 191 and 18.5. So 7 deliveries to go. Here's Carbon. Bows to Shankster. Shankster gone straight down the ground. There's a man settling on the catch. He took the catch and Shankster's out. So Shankster is out. Caught off the bowling of Carbon by Angelo. Angelo taking a beautiful catch on the boundary, and he is gone. So 6 deliveries to go of the final of the 20 over side. Six delivery to go. So the new batsman in, we'll see a promotion here for Kevin Darlington. The number 11 batsman has been promoted in this showdown here. 6 deliveries to go.
How many runs for Damien?
So Damien 14 is 14 runs off 11 deliveries. Not too bad at the bottom there. He was caught in the boundary there by Angelo of the bowling of Carbon, looking to go wide over the top, then make a clean connection, and he was eventually caught. So the new batsman in is Kevin Darlington, former Guyana cricketer also, but he's a fast bowler. He's not a batsman. We'll see what he can do. The last over to be bowled by Mark Kipling. Mark Kipling's been very expensive, but the captain has faith in him. He has so far bowled 3 overs of 36 runs. He took in 2 wickets. We'll see what he has in his store now. He'll be bowling to Crandon, the dangerous Crandon. So the 20th over of the game now will conclude the 20th over here. It will be bowled by Mark Kipling, and the score is 191. So Global is looking for 200. Kevin Darlington. The new batsman on the crease is Kevin Darlington. So Crandon is on strike. Carlton Crandon is on strike. He will face in the final overs of the 6th delivery of the game to be bowled by Mark Kipling. We'll see. Here is Mark Kipling now. He bowling to the dangerous Crandon. Bows to Crandon. Crandon is beaten outside the off stump. Looking to swing, make no contact, and the keeper just stopped the ball, did not take it cleanly, and there is no run. So the score remains 191. Here is Mark Kipling now. Mark Kipling, 5 deliveries of the game. 5 deliveries remaining in his first size is 191. So we'll see next. We'll see what he can do. 5 deliveries to go. Crandon looking for some big heaves here, but he's not making contact. He's looking to score big again. We'll see what he can do. Here is Mark Kipling now. 5 deliveries to go. Here he is now. Rushes past the umpire in both to Crandon. And Crandon makes some connection here, but he won't go far. He will go right over extra cover, and the batsman crosses for a single. So the new batsman in strike now will be Kevin Darlington. He will face his first delivery of the game. He got some promotion in this batting order here this morning. So we'll see what he can do. Here is Darlington. Kipling bows to Darlington. Oh, and Darlington goes wide, and this will probably go. It will carry. It will not carry. He's looking for a double. He gets a double. So Darlington making a big heave over wide mid-off, and the batsman crosses for 2. So Darlington off the mark with a double. So Darlington, the score moves up to 194 for 4. Over number 20 in progress, 19.3. 3 deliveries to go in this 20 overs of here. Here is Mark Kipling now. Rushes past the umpire. In both to Darlington. Darlington's down the track, hitting back over the bowler's head, looking for a second here. The second is on. Crandon is coming, and they score with 2. What a good run in here by Crandon there. 2 more to Darlington. The score moves on to 196. 196 is the score. As we wait to see. It's the 4th ball of the day over. 2 deliveries to go. We're trying to see the target is 200. Here he is now. Mark Kipling passes the umpire. Bows to Darlington, and Darlington is beaten in the flight and inside edge, and the batsman crosses for a single. So it's 97, 96. The score moves on to 196 with 2 deliveries to go. We'll see Crandon, the big strikers on it. 2 deliveries to go. 197 is the score. 197. That's a single. Here we watch his here now. Mark Kipling rushes passes now. The 5th delivery. Bows to Crandon. Crandon swings, didn't make no contact. And the ball is taken by the keeper, turning. They're looking for a second. What a good run in here from these two. They picked up 2 more. So the score moves on to 199. 1 deliveries to go. 199. No, one more. No, 1 delivery. 1 delivery to go. 199 is the score. As we predicted, 200 runs on the card. No, it looks like that was the final delivery. So it's 199. So the scoring rate for, Axe for the Sunrise team will be 200 runs to win. We'll give you a full rundown of the scorecard. Yeah, almost 10 runs per over, 9.95. So here at the Western Road, the global team has won the toss, elected to bat, and they scored 199 in 20 overs. 199 in 20 overs for 4 wickets. The batsman to go, Rishi was caught. Cameron, ball Mark Kipling for 1. Sean was caught. Savan, ball Lalta Prasad for 41. Sirish Daniram was caught. Lalta Prasad, ball Mark Kipling for 128 in 68 deliveries. He scores 16 fours and 6 sixes. Damon Shanksell was caught by Angelo of the bowling of Carbon for 14 of 11 deliveries with 2 fours. Crandon was not out on 7 deliveries. Kevin Darlington was 4 not out on 3 deliveries. We'll run down the bowling figures in a few minutes. Here we go. Mark Kipling, 4 overs, 42 runs, 2 wicket. Mark Kipling, 4 overs, no maiden, 43 runs, 2 wicket. Krishan, 2 overs, no maiden, 23 runs, no wicket. Ryan Prasad, 2 overs, no maiden, 18 runs, no wicket. Faj Tai, 3 overs, 24 runs, no wicket. And Savan had bowled 4 overs, no maiden, 36 runs, no wicket. And that's the full forecast here of the batting lineup here for the global team. The required runs to score is 200 for victory, an action run rate of almost 10, 9.95 for over. So we will join you in the second half of this matches here. We'll see the Rising Star team will take the strike, 200 runs to win. Well, we will join you in a 20 minutes break time to see what's the outcome of this game.
and down. Now you're up. Now you're down. Okay, when you want to talk, make sure it's in between this thing right here. When you're ready, just shut up.
Throughout the game, throughout the thing, I'm trying to get the replays and stuff too.
You know who's batting?
Bicep patch. And rise to top.
Here, you want to implement that? Just press updates.
Yeah, I know. I just want to make sure I got the right batsman. Faisal's on this end, I think, right? Steady. Faisal's the non-striker, right?
Yeah.
So who's the batsman?
It might be a little bit too long. You can go last name of the bowler to whoever the batsman is.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Now, Rising Stars are going to begin batting. We see Sean Stanislas bowling to Trocard. It's a dot ball played on the front foot. And Rising Stars are chasing 200 runs to win. Global were 199 in their allotted 20 overs. Sean Stanislas from Western Road and onto the pads, and it's another dot ball. So Rising Stars are 0 for no loss in 2 balls. So far we have 2 dot balls. It's another dot ball played on the back foot, and Faisal Taj is at the other end. Sean Stanislas to Trocard on the front foot, on the back foot, clipped it to the leg side. They go for a single. Now it's a leg bye, signaled by an umpire.
Make sure Susie puts more data on that after the game.
I want to tell the viewers that Rising Stars are chasing 200 runs to win in this 2020 semi-final, Millennium Cricket semi-final. Sean Stanislas is going to bowl to Faisal Taj.
Okay. Alright, sounds good.
We have a short third man is Darlington. Point is on the front foot, defended. It's a dot ball. So Rising Stars chasing 199 and 200 runs to win, are 1 for no loss. Stanislas bowling from the Western Road end. It's a dot ball. Faisal Taj wanted to hit over the long off, missed the ball and collected by the wicketkeeper Prashad Mahadev. So end of the first over, Rising Stars are 1 for no loss. I'll give you the earlier score start. Sean Stanislas, caught 7 Patel, bowled Lalita Prasad, 41 in 28 balls, 4 4s, 1 6. Rushi Amin, caught Cameron Mirza, bowled Mark Kipling, 1. Sudesh Dhaniram, caught Lalita Prasad, bowled Mark Kipling for 128, 68 balls, 16 4s, 6 6. It was one of a very fabulous innings. Damien Sangster, 14 in 11 balls, 2 4s. Carlton Crandon not out 7 balls. Kevin Darlington not out 4 in 9 balls. And Rising Stars are batting right now. At the end of the first over, they are 1 for no loss. And we have Derek McDonald bowling from the far end to Trocard. He defended it. They go for a quick single, and it's 1 run for Miss Trucard. So Derek McDonald will be bowling to Faisal Taj from the far end. We have at square leg Rishi Amin, and short mid wicket we have Darlington. At point we have Sean Stanislas. Covers we have Sudesh Daniram.
Will do.
Long off is Crandon. Mukesh Sikram is on short third man. Derek McDonald ball to Faisal Taj. Missed the ball on the front foot. Collected by wicketkeeper Prashad Mahadev. Scored 2 for no loss. Derek McDonald to Faisal Taj. On the middle stump, the Faisal Taj wanted to push it to short third man. They take a quick single, and the score is 3 for no loss. So Trucard is 1, Faisal Taj is 1. Derek McDonald from the far end bowling to Trucard, who is playing on 1 of 5 balls. Derek McDonald from the far end to Faisal Taj, tried to hit him, and he takes a neck, goes to the third man boundary, and it's fielded by Mukesh Sukram. They take 2 runs. The score is 5 for no loss of 1.4 overs. There is a change of batting gloves for Trucard. He's got a new gloves. So once again I want to update you viewers. Global Cricket Club made 199 in their allotted 20 overs. Rising Stars are chasing 200 runs. Derek McDonald to Trucard, clipped it over the leg side, takes a single. It's fielded by so Rising Star 6 for no loss, 1.5 overs. Derek McDonald to Faisal Taj from the far end. Derek McDonald to Faisal Taj, flicked it to the square leg region where Rishi Amin picks the ball, and the batsmen, they take a quick single. The score is 7 for no loss at the end of 2 overs. So Mr. Trucard is on 4, Faisal Taj on 2. The total score is 7 of 2 overs. Now we have a new commentator, Mr. Keval Prasad from Rising Stars. He's going to take over.
Thank you, Jay. As I get set up here, I see that Taj has lift 1 and took Crandon, and he put on a straightforward catch. Batsmen seem to be struggling at the moment. We're just hoping that they can come in get used to this wicket and start playing shots because the asking rate is 10 runs per over. We have Sean bowling the third over of the game. Comes up, runs into ball to Trocart, Yorker, digs it out, and batsman runs an easy single. We have Taj on strike, Faisal Taj. Sean waits for the field to settle, runs in, delivers. Bit of a outswing, the ball hitting the seam and taking off a bit. Wicketkeeper standing up. Good take. Straightforward catch, he just pushes at it and it carries to Sean, and that's the end of Faisal's inning. A very soft dismissal. He's not going to be pleased with that because I'm sure he was looking forward to giving his team a good start. But he has to depart on that one, and the incoming batsman is Ryan Prasad. Ryan would be on strike. Sean has 2 deliveries left. Sean is resetting his field, pulling the mid wicket in. Long on and long off are on the boundary.
You can do the previous updates.
Ryan takes his time, adjusts his gears, and he is now settling in. Sean runs in, delivers, and Ryan lets that one go outside the off stump. Well ball.
I think you should just do the scoring. Let him just
Yeah.
do the commentary.
Thank you. Sean comes in, bowls, Ryan on the off stump, punches it in the covers. Fielder comes in, picks it up, and that's the end of the over. Successful over for Global with the score 9 for 1, chasing 200.
You can give the previous innings updates.
Global had a great start from Sean, where he went on to score 41, supporting the captain, Danny Ram, who was out on 128. A great knock. Put away everything that was loose and some that wasn't, because he's a batsman of caliber. Back to the inning, we have McDonald bowling. Trocart goes high up in the air, comes in, Darlow runs in, and the ball went right through his arms, hitting him in the chest, and that looked very soft. That was the first delivery there by McDonald. He's always known to take the pace off, put the ball in the right line and length, and early on he is capable of swinging it. A very loose shot, but with the asking rate of 10 runs per over, batsman will be taking risk. The field is spread. With no slip, no gully. Basically everybody is on the 30 with 2 fielders on the boundary. Ryan goes for a big drive outside off stump, misses. Keeper standing up and takes it cleanly. Ball is back to the crease, looking at the batsman. He takes about 5 steps, deliver. Ryan plays one. So that one seemed to have swung into him. I think he got some bat on it, but didn't go anywhere. The keeper runs around, picks up. Very expensive drive there. Seems to drive on to mid on, picks up, sends it into the wicket keeper, and that's Darlington doing some work down there. Now we have the left-hander on strike and the field switches. Once again for the lefty also, everyone is on the 30 with 2 fielders on the boundary. Trocart runs in, digs in to Danny Ram, who goes down, blocks it, picks it up and tosses it back to Darlington. Well, McDonald, sorry. Pitches it up on the off stump. Batsman goes for a big drive. That would have been an easy double there, but Ryan turned his back, and so they settle for 1. And that's the end of the over. Trocart is not pleased with the running and let Ryan knows that we need to be a bit faster backing up that run. So we have 4 overs, 12 runs, 1 wicket. Sean is going to continue, finishing 2 overs, and he has 1 wicket that he's picked up, the wicket of Taj. Danny Ram seemed to be marshalling his troops, making adjustments in the circle and also with the 2 guys on the boundary. Sean pitches one up. Trocart goes for the drive, takes him to mid wicket, and they run 2 runs on that one. Seems like the senior batsmen have chosen to be the one to take the bowler on, and I'm sure he's advising Ryan to try to rotate the strike. Oh, beautiful drive through covers. The fielder got a really bad bounce. It went actually over his head, and lovely shot, and was duly rewarded for it. Can't blame the fielder on that one. That one just took off. It's a good field, but you still have some bad bounces. Well played by Trocart. Pitches it up outside off stump. Sean is still trying to keep the batsman at bay, pitching it up, hoping to get some of that swing. Now he will run in and bowl to Ryan. Nice tuck off the pads for a single. We're into the 4th over. Score is 20 for 1. Trocart on strike, Sean with the ball. Mid wicket goes back, and the sweeper comes in. Nice tuck off the pads again, and we'll cross for a single. It's important at this point for the batting team to not lose a wicket and also to keep the scoreboard ticking.
Hear the score from here also if you want.
Sean sets in, runs it the ball to Ryan. Big drive, runs out. They complete an easy single. We're thinking about two, but the fielder was very quick on the ball, and that's the end of the over. 22 for 1 in 5 overs. So we have the setting here of a typical British afternoon playing cricket out in the country. Look like the scene you would see in Durham in the late part of the cricket season. A bit overcast. All the cricketers are hoping that the sun comes out and put some brightness back in this. But we are very fortunate to have this afternoon to play, which will be the semi-final and the final of the Millennium League. It is late October, so anything that we can do to be outside and enjoy what's left of the summer is welcoming. Batsman is making an adjustment with his uniform, sending the sweater out. Long off, goes back. Sweeper is out. Everyone else in the circle. Ball outside the off stump. Swinging away a bit too much, and the umpire signals a wide, and the batsmen, they also ran one. So that's 2 wides. First delivery for McDonald's over.
White plus the white. That's 2 whites.
Oh, big shot. Pitches it, swings in, and Trocard goes on the attack and takes him to deep mid-wicket for the first 6 of the Rising Star inning. Now see Danny Ram is making a change there, putting it deep mid-wicket. McDonald comes into ball outside off stump. He drags it away, and that running is good. They'll settle for 2.
You have to talk in the mic a little more. You have to the board.
32 for 1, 5.2 overs.
McDonald sets, runs into ball. Trocard again, big shot out over the covers on the fingertip of the fielder, and they complete 2 runs. A bit of risk in there, and it's also a no ball. So that's 3 no balls. If it's and he signal no ball, but I'm yet to see the signal for the free hit. Well, it wasn't a free hit. It was in the front foot no ball. And Trocard takes a single on that delivery. What was the reason for that no ball? The no ball just now was a front foot. So why wasn't it a free hit? McDonald runs into ball to Ryan. Big shot. He leaves it up in the air, but the fielder does not want to attack that. He stays back and retrieves it. So it's a single for Ryan. Pitches it on the leg. Trocard goes for a big shot. Gets an inside edge, and that one runs away to fine leg for 4. That's a very good over so far for Rising Star.
I go 41.
Oh, that no ball before was because they had 3 fielders outside the circle within the 6 over. Trocard picks up an easy single again, and that's the end of the over. End of 6 over, 42 for 1. Restriction is off, so the captain will have the choice of sending more than 2 players outside of the circle. Seems like Sean is going to continue. Trocard is on strike. You have a mid wicket, long on, long off. I think there is a sweeper out there somewhere, so he's just gonna keep. Well, he has 5 in the circle. Sean runs into ball. Batsman reaches out, plays it on the front foot. Mid off, comes in and fields. Beautiful shot outside off stump, giving the batsman some room, and he just steps across and played an elegant shot, not trying to overhit it too much. He played the shot and just looked at it because he knew he had picked the gap, and that one was going to run away for 4. Lovely stroke. Sean sets up, runs in, bowls the Trocard on the front foot, pushing it into the covers, and they complete a single. Now with the right-hander on strike, there's some movement on the field. Still maintaining the 5 fielders on the boundary. Sean sets up the ball to Ryan. Bowls it on the wicket. He's on his front foot, plays a shot, comes off the pad, and they run to complete 1 leg by. Trocard is on strike. Sean runs into ball on the front foot, pushing it up to cover. The fielder misfields, but the batsmen were only thinking of a single, so by doing that they will not give themselves a chance to come back for the second. The field is open, all the players are on the 30 or on the boundary, so the singles are there for the taking. Sean sets up, waits for Ryan to be ready, runs in ball, big shot, straight drive down the wicket. The non-striker gets out of the way, and they complete a single. And that's the 50 up in 7 overs, 1 wicket. Also the end of the over. 7 over 50 for 1.
50 for 1.
Trocard is on 37. Batsman now Taj for 3. Ryan is on 5. Sean 4 overs, 1 maiden, and his 19 runs. That's an excellent spell for Sean.
Yeah.
Seems like Derek is going to complete his 4th over. So far 3 overs for 29, no wickets. So Global seem to be on pace here. They've kept the batsmen at a comfortable run rate, and they've opened the field, and they're telling them basically, you know, you have to take me on, because they know boundaries matter here. Seems like the wind is picking up. I don't think there's no chance of the sun coming out today, so this might be the condition for the rest of the day. McDonald runs into ball to Ryan, bowls it full, he drives it on the up to mid-off, runs down to the boundary, and the batsman scamper for 2. A lovely shot by Ryan in the covers. He had to lean a bit because that one didn't get up. The sweeper comes around, fields, and it's a single. Royston Trocart on strike. Adjustment in the field. They have the fine leg inside the 30. No sweeper for him. He bowls a lovely juicy full pitch, and Trocart just comes around and greets it with an open face of the bat, pulls it through mid-wicket for 4 runs. Played the shot, didn't have to move. I'm sure with deliveries like that after batsman is set, basically you have to thank him for that. Ball is back to the bowler, he runs into ball. Time he goes on the off stump, batsman rushes out. Long on comes in, misfields, and they complete 2 runs. Attempted Yorker. Trocart digs it out, and they complete a single. Ball going to square leg. Ryan's on strike. McDonald runs in, delivers. Open the face of the bat. Ball runs out to the 30, and it's an easy single. That completes the over at the end of 8 overs, 61 for 1. And McDonald, that finishes 4 overs. Rising Star chasing 199, well actually 200, 199 was scored by Global. We have Trocart with a great start. He's on 44. Ryan is on 9. I think the captain will be pleased with his 2 opening bowlers, bowling their 4 overs and not giving up too much. Now we have Kevin Darlington coming in. Ryan is on strike, so there's some adjustment on the field. Still 5 men out on the boundary. All the inside fielders basically on the 30. Just looking to contain the batsman at this point because they know the asking rate is 10 runs and over. Darlow sets up, runs in, bowls to Ryan. On the off stump, gets back. Ball stays a little low, punches it. Good. Ball runs out to backward point. Mukesh comes in, fields. Chokart on strike. Adjustment in the field again. Now he has to bowl to the left-hander. Darlington sets in and he runs into bowl. Chokart is on strike. Plays a lovely straight drive. Darlington reaches across with his foot and stops it. But the batsman completes a single. Darlow is a very experienced bowler, so I'm sure he's going to try to just keep these guys at bay, not to bowl anything too loose. He runs into bowl to Ryan on the front foot, punches it again. He runs off to backward point. Mukesh picks up, fires in, and McDonald on the other side does the backing up. Darlow runs in, bowls around the wicket to the left-hander, comes up, delivers. Beautiful shot. Just using the pace on the front foot and just caresses that one out to the boundary. That's a lovely stroke. Darlow sets up, runs in. Chokart stays low on the bat, goes down, pushes it out to Danny Rum. The batsman was backing up a bit too far. He had to hurry back. A direct hit would have been asking some question of the umpire. I didn't see the umpire get in a position there to make a good call. He was just standing back. You've got to pick up on that. On the front foot again, he pushes it to the right of Danny, who runs around, who misfields, and the batsman running the first one hard was able to complete the second one with no risk at all. And that's the end of the over, with the score 70 for 1 in 9 overs. This asking rate is going to start building up. We have Rishi bowling from the other end. Left arm spin. Seemed like we missed congratulating the batsman who completed 50 in that over. Chokart is on 50. Seemed to be in great form. That's back-to-back 50. Played a well experienced inning his last match, guiding Rising Star against Prince in a key match where he opened the inning and batted through to set them the score that eventually took them to the semi-final. He is going to look to build on this. That's a good start for him. 9 overs, 50. You would have to be playing the key hand out there. Ryan is taking strike. Rishi runs into ball. Big strike, straight drive down the wicket. Lovely. And the batsman completes an easy 2-run because they were mid on. Actually long on and long off was wide. Rishi runs into ball. Ryan reaches out, plays a shot to Darlington, picks up, and lovely return back to the keeper. Not sure if that was a direct hit or the keeper was able to pick up, and yeah, it's difficult from this angle, but good work by the fielder there. Ryan adjusts his glove, gets ready. Rishi runs in. Ryan goes straight again. Lovely stroke. And they stop. Crandon comes in, rushes, picks up, and throws it into the non-striker. Batsman settle for a single. Field adjustment, bowling to the lefty. Danny Ram doing some field placement, adjusting his players. Rishi comes in, he'll be bowling over the wicket to the left-hander. Bowls a full pitch, batsman digs it out to mid-wicket, and that's a chancy run, but the throw was wayward. Batsman complete the second. Not a bad start by Rising Star, losing only 1 wicket, scoring 75. Trocard takes on the bowler and drives hard at him, runs off to mid-on. Crandon comes in, picks up and sends it back to the bowler. Ryan sets up, survey the field, goes down, digs in, and he goes hard again, straight. There should be 2. No, Crandon comes in. Good hustling there by Crandon. He's always known to be very active on the field. And that's the end of the over. 10 over, 77 for 1. See Lalta Prasad running onto the field with some water. That's either going in there with a message, letting them know what's going on, finding out from them what their intentions are. It should be very easy at this point with the run rate climbing. One of them would have to go. Nothing rash, it's just 10 overs. You just need to get some boundaries. Darlington is making some adjustment on the field. He wants his third man to come around a bit squarer. The batsmen get ready. Ryan takes his guard, comes down the wicket. Darla hits a good line length. Have some carry to that one. and it goes through to the keeper. Darlington runs into ball to Ryan. Ryan picks up the line and pushes it hard. It goes down to Crandon. He misfields and they complete actually 2 runs. Darlington gets that, runs into ball. Ryan on strike. Ryan goes for that shot again, outside off stump, not much behind it. And just standing there and wailing at it. Trocard goes down the wicket and lets him know you cannot waste deliveries at this point. You need to get bat on it because he's the one that should be taking most of the strike at this point. Ryan needs to know his role, and I'm sure that message was conveyed at mid-wicket. At the middle of the wicket, that is. Darlington runs into ball, delivers, lifting deliveries. Ryan guides it out to the backward point. Mukesh picks up, easy single, and that's exactly what he needs to do. He needs to keep the scoreboard ticking. No dot balls, and he needs to put Trocard on strike. He's capable of putting the ball away. Adjustment in the field again. Danny Ram is signaling for his backward square to come around. Darlington runs in and bowls off the hip. If the shot is not there, you played it very experiencedly. Tuck it around, pick up the single. Ryan is on strike. Darlington runs in, delivers. Short delivery. Ryan hops and plays it out to point. Mukesh comes in, fields, and that's the end of the over. At the end of 11 overs, we have 82 for 1. Rising Star chasing 200 in this semi-final. Once again, Lalta is on talking to the batsman. He's not taking in anything. He just have to be a word of advice there at this point. And taps Trocard on the shoulder. Rishi is going to continue with Ryan on strike. Rishi runs in, bowls. Ryan digs it out again. Yorker length ball. Not much into the shot, but he was able to put bat on ball and they complete a single. That was a lovely stroke.
Yeah, yeah. You know, don't change it yet. It's still early.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Rishi runs into ball to Ryan. Ryan goes for the big shot. He leaves it up in the air. It's high up in the air. And Sean seemed to have put that one down. It was up in the air for a long time. Can't blame the sun in your eye for that one. He runs in. Not much of an effort. Puts it down. At this point, they'll be more concerned with preventing the boundaries. Seem to be a conference up on the pitch. Wait a second. He actually took that catch?
Yeah.
Whoa. Sorry about that.
Just pointing out
Yeah,
the way.
I was blocked when the car came around. I thought he put it down, but it was an easy catch. I take that back. It was an easy catch. Ryan left that one up in the air, and Sean came in to take a nice catch. Next batsman is Savan Patel, and this is one of very promising cricketer. Comes in. Love the way he comes in to play. As the replay shows, Sean coming in, settles on the red. The ball was up for a long time and takes it, I wouldn't say comfortably, but in the end it's a catch. So back to life action. So Vaughn drives one out.
I think they crossed over Central Park.
Yeah, single by Savan. Trocart is on strike. Rishi runs into bowl. Trocart goes high and hard over the top, and a lovely catch out taken out there on the boundary.
Is he calling it a six or is he calling it a catch? I think he's saying it's out.
Plays a big shot, but Sean was able to pull that one in. Batsman waited for confirmation if he was to make sure that the fielder was inside the playing field and not outside the boundary. So we lose 2 wickets in this over. That's a well played inning by Trocart. I know at this point he was looking to take on the attack. Scored a well played 62 in 39 deliveries, hitting 6 fours and 1 huge 6. So Rising Star losing their 3rd wicket, 12 overs, 90, and the new batsman is Cameron Mirza.
Select the new batsman. Required run rate is 13.75.
12 overs. At this point the run rate is 13.75. Now we have 2 batsmen at the crease, and hopefully one of them can take on the attack. Well, there's always going to be some risk in that. Trocart knows that he would have to take on the bowlers. He just didn't get all of that one. Took it to the boundary, and Sean pulled in a wonderful catch. Cameron Mirza on strike. Darlington runs into bowl. Bowls in on off stump. Cameron hops, punches at it, and it goes flying to Mukesh at backward point. and this time he gets in front of it and keeps it in front of square, and they complete 2 runs. Darlington sets, runs in, delivers, lifting delivery, batsman plays under it, goes to the keeper. And the bowler sets, runs in, delivers, lifting delivery that's guided out to third man, who picks it up and one bounce it to the keeper. With Savant on strike, the lefty field placement. Still have 5 out on the boundary, 4 in the circle. Willing to give up the easy single. Just want to keep the run rate growing. Darlington runs into bowl to Savant, pitches it short of length. Savant jumps on his back foot, just punches it down, and they complete a single. Cameron Mears on strike. Darlington runs in, delivers. Cameron flicks it. That one is on the pad, didn't come up much, and that would be a leg bye. And I'm going to turn the commentary over to Ryan, who just played a good inning supporting Trocart, but he perished when he was trying to accelerate the run rate.
You want to give the updates? Just what I will give you updates.
95.
95 by.
You can adjust that. Let's go right.
Talk little louder. Chasing 200 runs, 95. Everything is there on the scorecard. Introduce yourself.
Alright. Rising Stars continues their chase. 95 for 3, chasing 200. Cameron Mears is on strike. Savant Patel at the other end. Rishi runs up. It's hit softly towards mid-on. Shot over, almost caught. And Cameron Mirza falls. Lofted drive to point, and it's caught as the batsman cross. 95 for 4. Sangster? And Sammy takes the catch there, as Mark Kippins walks in now to join Savant Patel in the middle.
Which one you guys?
Mark Kippins.
We'll be back.
Many say Mark Kippins looks like Kobe Bryant. So Rising Stars need 105 more in 40 balls. Current asking run rate per over is 15.75. Huh? Bowler runs up. It's a full toss, driven towards long off, batsman cross, and they'll stay for one. Mark Kippins will face the first ball now. As he tries to bring indoor cricket Rising Stars closer to their goal. Bowler runs up. Oh, and it's defended backwards up to third man. They cross for one. The run rate continues to rise up. It's 16 runs asking now per over. 103 runs to win. 38. Ball runs up and it's driven towards long on. Batsman cross and they'll settle for one. As Crennan on the boundary throws in hard to restrict them to just one. Oh, and he makes a big offer. Hits him on the pad. The batsman will cross for one. It's one leg by. Signaled. And that's the end of the over. Kevin Darlington will continue. It's the USA opening bowler a few years back. His figures at the moment are 3 overs, 0 maidens, 18 runs. He's picked up 0 wickets so far, but it's very tight bowling. He's been known to skid on the ball, using a lot of shoulder and being very quick through the air. Some may wonder why Mark Kippins is not wearing a helmet, but he runs up. It's a short ball, attempted to cut and misses, and it's a dot ball. It's known a lot of the West Indians do not like to wear helmets when facing pace bowling. Shorts. It's pulled, hits him on the chest, and we'll take a walk towards square leg, and I believe someone's running in a helmet now. Yes. Well, I myself wouldn't face Kevin Darlington without a helmet. He's known to be very quick through the air and skids off the pitch, so still need 101 to win off 34 balls. Very tough asking rate at this point. 17.82 runs and over. The cricketer now 99 for 4, with the fall of 4 wickets, those being Faisal Taj, Royston Chokard, Ryan Prasad, and Cameron Mirza. Bowler runs up. Oh, and he bowls a full ball. Defended straight back for another dot ball. It's very tight bowling now. It's 3 dot balls in the over. to his mark. Starts running up. Oh, and it's a short ball pulled towards square leg. And they'll settle for just a single. Savan Patel, now the man on strike. Rising Stars have just reached the 100 runs up. Need 100 more off 32 balls. Bowler walks back to his mark now. Changing the field is there. Savan Patel is a left-hander. Mark Kippens being that of the right. Bowler runs up. Delivers a short ball to the head of Savan Patel. He ducks out of the way. That's another dot ball for Indoor Cricket USA. Again, they need 100 more off 31 balls. Bowler will take charge again. Oh, and it's defended straight back to him for another dot ball to end the over. And just a mere 1 run off that over. No cricketers still 100 for 4. And Rishi Amin will continue. Again, 4 wickets fallen. Faisal Taj, 3 runs. Royston Chakra, 62. A blistering 62 that was, off 39 balls. Ryan Prasad, 20 runs. And Cameron Mirza, gone for just 3. And the helmet is now gone again from Mark Kippens, as he will come to face Rishi Amin, hoping to accelerate this run rate for Indoor Cricket USA. It's now 20 runs per over asking. Just 5 overs remaining. Suppose he took off his helmet now that Kevin Darlington has finished bowling his 4 overs. Oh, and he makes a big swing. Misses for a dot ball. Bowler runs up. It's another big swing. He misses again. For another dot ball. Some may say they felt the breeze on that one. It's a bowler bowls. Oh, and it's a full toss hit way up in the air. Oh, and it's caught at extra covers by Kevin Darlington. The wicket, Mark Kipling's has been caught by Kevin Darlington. Indoor Cricket is now 100 for 5. 62. Royston Chokard visits the commentary box here. Hundred. The new batsman in now is Lalta Prasad. Better known as my father. He'll join at the non-striker's end. Again, Savan Patel now taking strike. It's a big asking total now for indoor cricket. Balls, oh, and it's hit towards square leg. The batsman will not cross. It's another dot ball in the over. Again, a tight over here by Rishi Amin. Oh, and it's well struck down backward square. There's a fielder there. They'll only take one.
101. 101.
Four overs after that.
Lalta Prasad will now face his first delivery of his innings. Oh, and he makes a big swipe across the line. If it connected, it would have gone, but unfortunately he missed. It'll be a dot ball to end Rishi Amin's over. A new bowler will be brought into the attack. The new bowler being Sadesh Daniram. Former West Indies A player. He made a blistering, I believe, 128 earlier today. Now he'll come in to try to finish up this game. Indoor cricket needing 99 runs off 24 balls. It's over number 16. They're 101 for 5. Need 25 runs per over. Yeah. Balls. Oh, it's a very, very good ball. Yorker length, well played, but it's a dot ball. Daniram bowls again. Oh, and it's hit right in the air to point area for a catch, and Savan Patel falls. So just like that. The catch being taken by Kevin Darlington.
Keval is a new batsman.
And the no, that's Carbon.
Change it. Hit that.
The new batsman coming in is Conrad Carbon. He'll join Lalta Prasad. The strikers end to face Sadesh Daniram. Again, indoor cricket needing 99 runs to win off 22 balls. It'll be a very tough feat, but technically speaking, it's still makeable. But again, it's easier said than done. They change the field now. Bowler bowls. Oh, and it's well struck towards backwards point area. Batsman cross. They'll come again for 2. Kevin Darlington feels it. Throws it to the keeper, Prashad Mahadeo, who's most known as Short Man. Bowls again. Oh, it's well struck towards cow corner area, but there's a fielder there. You'll field it easily as the batsmen take 1 run. Bowler bowls. Oh, and it's a dot ball, very well bowled. Bowler runs up again. Oh, and it's well hit towards cow corner area. The fielder goes. Oh, he will not make it. It's a glorious shot for 4. Lalta Prasad picks up a boundary to end the over of Sadesh Daniram. What started off as a tight over. But at this late in the game, just 1 boundary coming off an over is still considered tight. Rishi Amin is finished his 4 overs. They'll need to introduce another bowler into the attack. There's a bit of decision making going on in the middle right now, I believe. And Domain Sangster will now take the ball, coming from the far end. Domain Sangster, known for being a clean hitter of the ball, just as Sudesh Daniram now attempts to contain indoor cricket, and it's a wide ball signaled by the umpire. Comes up again. Bolts. Oh, and it's well struck. It's a beautiful shot towards long on, and the ball will go for 6. Beautiful shot by Conrad Carbon. 6 runs signaled by the umpire. And they get set again. All the balls. It's well struck again towards cover area, but it's caught by Domain Sangster as well. It's a high pop-up. Again, Conrad Carbon is now fallen. Batsman now crossed. It's Angelo Gonzalez coming in to meet Lalta Prasad in the middle. Yes. Angelo Gonzalez, being of Puerto Rican descent, playing the game of cricket. His wife being from Trinidad and Tobago, introduced him to the game. He came to the facility in Morristown, 38 Dumont Place. Indoor Cricket USA, and he learned the game. He's now been playing. This is his 4th year playing cricket. Now become a regular in the squad as Domain Sangster bowls another wide in the over. Was that a dot ball? I missed it. Ball again. It's driven down to backwards point, 3rd man area as the batsman cross for 2. Lalta Prasad now being on 6 runs. Ball runs up again. It's a big swing. Again, falling right, the hands of mid-off. And just like that, Lalta Prasad is gone. Caught by Sean Stanislaus standing there. They cross?
I thought they crossed, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. See which way is it.
And the batsman coming to the middle now is Kishan Sukadia, another youngster who learned his cricket at Indoor Cricket USA, coming in and not even knowing how to hold a bat. And it'll come to the striker's end as the batsman did not cross a single. Kishan Sukadia takes his mark. Bowler runs up. It's a dead ball. Balls. It's a dot ball. to end the over of Domain Sangster. Now 12 balls left, 82 runs. Current asking rate is 41 runs. Some may say all you need to do is bowl on the wicket at this point, because not even 6 sixes could win you the game, but Indoor Cricket USA will have to hope for some wides. Seems to be a change in bowling. Now, Mukesh Sukram has now taken the ball. A veteran of the game, has been playing the game very long. He bowls. Oh, and it's cut towards forward of point. Domain Sangster fields, but the batsman will already cross for 2. Very nice shot by Angelo Gonzalez. Oh, the umpire is actually calling 1 short. So Angelo Gonzalez hits one up. It's a long on. It's a well struck ball towards mid on as Kishan Sakaria comes off of strike. Angelo Gonzalez hits this one cleanly towards long on as Crandon fields, throws in. The batsman will cross for 1. It's now 8 balls left in the match. 1.2 overs, and they need 77 runs to win. It's a very good offer by Kishan Sukadia here. Takes the edge of the bat though. Goes towards mid on. Throw to end the over for 1. Sean Sakadia plays a nice drive up towards covers, but it will be a dot ball. As Sangster now bowls a wide. Is over. Sean Sakadia drives this one to mid on, across for 1. Their cricketer now 125 for 8, 4 balls remaining. And it's well struck again towards long on, but again the batsman will settle for 1. At this point the game is out of their hands. Just a matter of finishing it now. Oh, it's well bowled by Domain Sangster. Batsman will cross for 1. 2 balls remaining in the game, 72 runs. Global has now clinched the victory here, ending the scores 129 for 8. It's a well-fought game, but in the end, Global just made little too many runs for indoor cricket to attain here today. The fall of some quick batsmen. So, well, I'll turn this over now to you.
And that concludes our semifinal matchup. Join us in a little bit where we will take up the final match of the day.